Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Lagging Out Entertainment proudly brings to you Lagging Out Live.
Yeah, when I get online, I'm feeling like something's not right. Cause the bullets curve like some people unlock that wanted perk, yeah. Aiming my shotgun and choose pure dust, man, this ain't fun. That's how I know it's time to go.
Dude dodging shots like he's the yo.
Girl,
Look at my 4-bar.
Girl,
Look at my 4-bar.
Girl, look at my 4-bar. It don't count. Girl, look at my 4-bar. Girl, look at my 4-bar. Girl, look at my 4-bar.
What is going on, Lagging Out Legion? Let me bring in the usual subjects and the usual suspects, I should say, and unmute their mics. They are now unmuted and they are live. And you can see we have an extra guest in here. To my right, she is the moral compass of Lagging Out. Please welcome Blacklight Oni.
If I'm the moral compass, we're going straight to hell. No pit stops.
Right below me, he's the guy that breaks stuff, then fixes it and takes all the credit for fixing it. Please welcome Hero.
Early today, I see.
Yep. To his immediate right, he's the guy who doesn't get to talk much because Hero always cuts him off. Please welcome Soda. And right below our very own version of Mr. Scotty is the Mariner.
Oh, face reveal.
Face reveal for Mariner. I should do a close up there. If I can get to my 5-shot, there it is. There we go. The Mariner. And of course, before we get started, let's get to our read.
Welcome, first time chatter, DDG Navigator.
Attention! The preceding content is intended for mature audiences. Opinions and views expressed on this live are not necessarily those of the Lagging Out community, Lagging Out Entertainment, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or any of its sponsors or advertisers. Viewer discretion is advised. If you're under 18, get bent and pound sand.
Thank you so much, Rogue Raven, for that. We appreciate and love you.
Rock on.
That was very nice. Nicely done.
It was nicely done. We might have to... we got a request, of course, after everything is done and completed from Soda. And he said, can she do a Harley Quinn? And I'm like, I guess. You can ask her.
Personal requests cost extra.
Yeah, like that's going to cost us $19.99 for another voiceover. But
well, I traded her because I did her logo, so we're good.
Okay, there you go.
Hey.
So, welcome, first time chatter navigator. It looks like
navigator.
It looks like that's one of Mariner's boys, and as you can see, Mariner is completely prepared with his garbage human lagging out t-shirt that you can get at our shop. And if you can do so, go ahead and do that. I also have a lagging out shirt on tonight. My Call of Duty parody shirt, yeah. Campers, modern tryhards. Here we go, because you guys know I hate the campers. And you can get those online as well. I also have a workout shirt like that as well. But I'm going to ask the chat, do I look really dark? That sounds racist. Do I look dark in the shots? Because if so, I can just turn on my light with my phone.
Wow.
Ooh, RGB. Now I look like a purple person.
Yeah, you do.
So there we go. I'll make this a little bit brighter. Chieftain and Campers. Name a more iconic duo. Oil and vinegar. There we go. But
butter and jelly.
Cheese and nuts.
These nuts. You got to do it to nuts. And I'm still trying to figure out.
There is another more iconic deal. Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
I'm dual screening this so I can actually do two things at once aside from piss Chieftain off and speak.
Yeah.
No. You're good at the first one. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh.
Oh, $5 pizza. There's the ban button right there. So welcome, guys. Good to see everybody. That little scan thing is that little Scantron thing is Soda's favorite thing to do. They're actually phasing those out. But yeah.
Well, that sucked because Noah's got
QR
one
codes
on his ass, so
yeah. So that's where you can do your donations.
Give us some fucking money.
All right, settle down, Soda.
sorry, bro.
Please.
Yeah, but yeah, you can do donations. You can do biddies. You can do cheers. Not cheers. That's different. But you can contribute for free and make us suffer, make us wear cowboy hats, drink water, all that stuff. Not like really eat ghost peppers or anything like that.
No, that's my job.
Yeah, there's the mute a mouth function. I think I don't know how much it is, but the one in the bottom there is free, but there's another one if you want to mute an entire host for 7 minutes. It's I think 750 tokens, bits to do that, and then 950 is making me wear the headdress, which I haven't done in almost a year because no one's going to donate 950, so that's why I put it that high. I don't want to get canceled by indigenous peoples. Twitch? What's that?
Let me text a few people. I'll get a minute here to do it.
Don't forget to check out Mariner on his channel, Deep Dive Gaming on Twitch, and give him some love there. He's growing very well, and we are very happy with his growth. And
it's probably because of you guys.
No, it's all you. You're talented, dude. But thank you. We appreciate the shout out. And he'll be right back. No, just kidding. That's the thing I made for him.
I've used it a few times, actually.
This QR code shows us where we are, because if you can't get enough of us on a long format on Friday nights, you can check us out on short formats on Kick, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Your Sister's Ass, and the Pony Express.
And
Nova's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Nova's ass. Instagram, Facebook, and Rumble as well, if it ever gets done. There is a brand new poll on Twitter, and we'll be talking about that later on in the show. You might have missed Hearing Death this week. He was out on personal stuff. So usually he is on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 10. Check out your local listings at Lagging Out to see what he is streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Heyo.
Heyo. And now, without further ado, the first topic that we're going to be speaking about tonight is Star Wars Jedi Survivor with our very own deep sea diver, a Mariner. So Mariner was like, if you were checking out our Discord, guys, you ever say like, this upload is driving me crazy. He's like, this is driving me nuts. And I'm like, I feel so bad for Mariner getting all that, going through all that stuff. But, isn't it an EA game? You kind of expect that. But,
Right.
Yeah, I should have expected it, honestly. I don't know why I'm out of focus all of a sudden.
But I purposely put, I think you're fine on my screen, but
Okay.
you're kind of far away.
I'm also self-conscious, so that doesn't help at all.
That's okay. You're not. I'm the ugliest one here. So like everyone's better looking by default. So you're good.
Lies.
But I put this advertisement I found on Facebook because I always find these fucking hilarious. Like IGN gives it 10 out of 10, CG 10 out of 10. I'm like, all right, EA, how much did you pay each one of these for that rating? Because it's not a 10 out of 10, and it's not a 9.4 at the very lowest. You're never going to see Lagging Out 4 out of 10. You're never going to see that there. We actually give honest reviews on stuff.
And I will try and be honest on my review. I kind of agree with many of those scores.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, like I can't see who said what rating.
The Game
And I don't-
Informer is 925.
The other problem is I don't know if they take into account release issues that they had with this
Oh
game.
no,
No.
never.
I
Why
don't
would they do
think
that?
at all that they're honest. They just throw down like best freaking reviews because they're getting paid to do so. Because if they gave a bad review, they wouldn't get the early release to do the review copies. Let's just ask Kotaku, for example.
Oh, dude.
Right? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna play the game behind you, and you can give us this honest review.
Okay.
Not like Angry Joe, actually. Like I bet you have a brain, so you would be able to do it.
Yeah,
So.
I tried to approach this intelligently. We'll see how well I succeed.
Okay.
All right. So, and I'm gonna try and be honest and fair, but I also like really enjoyed this game. But anyways, when it worked, I'll say that when it worked, I enjoyed this game. So, well, I'll start off by talking about some of the new stuff that you get in this game. There are new and larger areas for exploration. There's only really 2 planets that I would call open world. The rest of there are other planets to go to, but they're less open, and you follow a more linear path because they're I've lost the word all of a sudden, but they're kind of critical to the story, and so they don't give you a lot of open space to explore. And story wise, there's reasons why they're a little bit less. They're a little smaller than the open worlds you get to explore. Sounds like Mariner Kitty wants to come and visit. But I will say, here, say hi.
I will eat your cat.
Yes.
Immediately,
anyways,
this review is now a 10 out of 10 review because of the cat.
Damn right.
So, anyways, but when you are in the open worlds are huge. Like there's so much to explore. If you it's one of those things you see on YouTube or on the internet. 10 things I wish I knew before I played.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to
Yeah.
you could get lost in exploring these places and not really follow the game for hours or proceed with the story for hours. And I will say my fear when I started this game was that all the force powers and whatnot that you had at the end of the last game, you'd have to somehow regain in this at the beginning of this one. But you start out with a good number of the innate abilities, probably all of the innate abilities that you had at the end of the previous game at the start of this one. So that was good. You learn new skills as you progress through the game. Like I said, when I got caught up in exploring, and I didn't feel like I was unlocking them at a consistent rate. But once I actually started following along with the story, once I got the exploration done, they came a little bit at a more steady pace. So that's probably just my fault for getting lost in the big open worlds that there were. And then I'm also going to try and keep this.
How dare you?
How dare you? I'm going to try and keep this spoiler free as well. But
Yeah.
you do get some new they're called fighting stances, and then you also get additional force abilities. There's extra combat skills based on each stance. There's increases to force abilities that allow you to affect more people in each one of those categories. And then there's also health related skills. I didn't spend a lot of time on the health. I was focused a lot on the things you can do with the lightsaber, the things you can do with force. I didn't spend a lot of time because I was playing story mode, but I'll get into that in a little bit. There's a new perk system, which it kind of felt like the perk system in Fallout 4. You knew it was there, but you couldn't really tell that it was helping. So this is one of the reasons why I do want to play this game over again at a higher difficulty, so I could see where those are actually see if those are actually a benefit to the story, to playing the game. There are different points of the story where you get companions to help you out. I'll talk a little bit more about that because I've also got a pro and con list. You can ride some of the creatures, which I thought was cool. I'll get into that. And then as far as like customization goes, They did take one thing away from Fallen Order, which is you can't put skins on the Mantis, which is the ship that you use to travel the galaxy. They took that away, but in exchange, you get to customize Cal more completely. Like there's hairstyles, there's facial hair, you get a shirt, jacket, pants, some of them even with different color schemes. So you've got a lot of combinations of looks that you can have with your character. They changed that. You can change out BD1's parts, not just the color scheme. But you've also like got colors for BD1 still. They give you more things to color, like there's on the lightsaber and on BD1. There's like primary color, secondary color, accent. For the lightsaber, you have grip, and then there's that even the thing where it's like the quality, like
Does it have a fat Jedi challenge in it?
Yeah.
I imagine because of the exercise you get in playing this game, then yeah,
It's cardio.
yeah,
It's very
the
cardio friendly.
Yeah, because it's like high stakes combat in some places. And then the last thing I'll say that's new is that you've got different color palettes. I think I counted like 12 or 15 color palettes, and there's like 5 different colors in each.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You're good. There's hard materials, soft materials. There's Jedi, Rebel, Droid color palettes. There aren't a lot of colors in each palette, and I actually couldn't tell the difference between some of them, but I didn't spend a lot
Whoa,
of
he
time
just threw his
customizing.
lightsaber and caught it.
Yeah. I think that's something you can do in the
Lightsaber
first
throw
game.
is something that's been in every Star Wars Jedi game since
Ever.
gosh, was it KOTOR? KOTOR
Probably.
wasn't the first one.
Is it canon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vader threw his lightsaber
Actually,
in
be
Return of the
surprised how
Jedi.
much lore they actually fucking follow.
Mm-hmm. But in video games, it's been the lightsaber throw has been available in games where you play as a Jedi for quite a while.
Then Legos.
I think that BB1's in the VR version of the game I play, the Star Wars game I play. You have to like you're more like an engineer. More, you don't have any force power, but like it makes you ill because you have to walk around and shit. And sometimes if you move too quickly, it's hard. You got blasters and shit, and the guns like you have to shoot like you're a gangster. Like you have to shoot like to the side and shit like that to kill anything. It's crazy.
You can't do that on
anyways,
stream.
like I
I
said,
just did.
I got a con and a pro list. I'll do the cons first because they're kind of obvious. All of the issues with release was a big con. Immediately, I guess they had CPU usage problems because the day you could start playing the game, the devs put out a note saying that they knew about problems and were working on it. And that was kind of the thing for me. Is like, this game is really good. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop where they mentioned updates. I'm like, I was waiting for it, and it didn't even take 12 hours before it happened. So I was a little disappointed there. Personally,
Some lightsabers have edges, yes.
yeah, my experience with I'll get into a little bit about my experience with this. Like Chieftain said, the first patch they put out broke my ability to load my save games. Like I tried starting.
I thought you were gonna say broke your ability to live or something.
But yeah, no, it was like I had played a certain number of hours, and then I had to do something, and when I tried to, and they put out a patch, like a very small. I don't even know if they were just trying to do it clandestine or what, but it was like 7 a.m. the Monday after the game, you could start playing the game, and it immediately broke my ability to load any saves. So I started a new game thinking it was just that particular save game that was broken. Played several hours, and then all of a sudden couldn't load the save anymore. So
That's fucked.
yeah, I was pissed. Like if you saw me in the Discord, you knew I was mad. And I
He was
don't
all
get that.
he was,
Oh yeah.
he doesn't he was all capping and everything, all
Yeah,
caps.
I
on.
heard you yelling.
I don't get that mad often, and I try not to get that mad at games, but I was like, part of me was like trying to avoid the internet so that I didn't actually
Fuck you, EA.
There
was
was a
trying to-
disturbance in the force.
There's a
Mhm.
big
So-
disturbance in the force.
Something, Death Star. Something, Dark Side.
But
I could just change my voice a little bit, make that modulator do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeet.
Nice.
Yeet.
Eight. So fortunately, the next patch came out, and I was able to load my save. So that was.
God.
that
Yeah,
was
you want to
amazing.
check. You want to check this guy out too. He did has great stuff in there. Go ahead. I
So,
gotta. I thought
anyways,
it was-
moving on. So they put out a third patch. I forget, was it Wednesday? They put it Tuesday or Wednesday night. They put out a patch, and I was very hesitant to download it because I was like, "Ugh, what if this breaks my game again?" And fortunately, I didn't have any problems. But it was a 3 gigabyte download.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're still working on whatever it is that they didn't do right. But another con is that this game is a completionist nightmare. There's so many things to collect. Some of them you don't even collect the actual items. You collect things in the world that you then turn in at an in-store shop
Oh.
to finish off your collections. And then finally, the companion mechanic I mentioned felt
Yeah.
really underutilized. Like there's only a couple of places where you use it, and it's only for narrative purposes. You can't take a friend out to the world and just go exploring. You're on your own for that part. So they don't do that, use that as well as I feel they could have. But then on to the pros. The story for this game, phenomenal. I'd rate it probably between the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy as far as like the quality of the story. And then the story beats, they don't seem forced, and there's a steady progression. There's like no place where I'm like going, how are we here already? It was very naturally told story. You understand when you get to places why you're there, that sort of thing. There are a few
beat the
points.
shit out of that caterpillar right there.
There are a couple of
Good.
places where I was actually surprised and excited by what was being presented. Like there were a couple of story beats. I was like, oh, I love it. And then there's the combat system. Combat system made sense. I didn't have any trouble using any of the new combat abilities, but I will add the proviso that I was playing in story mode. So the bad guys, the enemies were very easy to take care of. You could button mash your way through the game to see the whole story without difficulty. But this is why I want to go back and play, because the combat system like felt really good. Like it was, if you took the time to learn the combat skills, you could really be effective at chopping your way through the bad guys in this game, and it would be very satisfying when you do. There are a couple spots where there were you'd probably without those skills feel overwhelmed, because there's a couple of places where you get waves and waves of enemies just thrown at you, and if you don't know what you're doing with the lightsaber, then you're gonna get wrecked pretty badly.
Get shit on. Get shit on. Get shit on.
Good lord.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to play the story mode, because I had this constant fear that if it took too long, something on the internet would appear that would spoil the story for me. That
Yeah.
was one of the reasons why I was pissed, was because I wasn't going to be able to play the game to complete the story, and I was at higher risk of being spoiled by the internet.
Oh yeah.
So
Always.
Are you drinking Jack Daniels? Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just checking.
So I think, let's see, I think that brings me to oh yeah, so the writing mechanic also didn't seem broken like other games where you have it. It actually was useful too, because there's a couple of places where you need to ride the creatures to gain access to areas or to get out of areas. So
I like riding the creatures.
yeah, it was very well done.
Yeah, you do.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
And so I'll
What
wrap
the
it
fuck?
up here at this point.
Rancor?
Unless anyone's got questions that I didn't answer. Did anyone have anything specific they wanted to know that would be spoiler free?
No.
Magma is
Okay.
apparently playing the game at the same time.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I have legitimate. I'm feeling legitimized now. Okay. So I'll go ahead and go to the conclusion. If it weren't for all the performance issues on release, this game would have had a very high rating. When I checked Steam yesterday, it was mixed with 25,160 reviews. And so, I mean, I was sort of surprised it wasn't worse, but I'm also not surprised it's not higher because of the initial problems. Let's see, I talked about the fact that I was playing in story mode.
There's a question in the chat there, Mariner. Great Gazoo says, so buy, rent, or a trash can for this game?
Buy.
Okay.
Maybe give it a month, let them work out some of the issues that they've got with performance. But if you've got a decent system, then you shouldn't have a problem. Just turn down the graphics settings. Also, turn off ray tracing. If you've got it on, turn it off.
I heard stories
Turn
about ray
it
tracing
off.
baking the graphics cards on some games.
All I know is that on one particular world, which in the community tab I saw a lot of people having trouble with, I was on that world. I was having trouble. Turned off ray tracing. No more trouble. Well, I say a little trouble, but it wasn't so bad that I couldn't continue to play. I just have to restart the game once or twice. And then,
That does not bode well, sir.
No.
well, I'm used to playing Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
So you get Fallout 4, you get random crashes in Fallout 4. So I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, let's see. Last story point or last thing. I'm definitely gonna play this game through again at a higher difficulty.
Mhm.
Because I think like now that I've seen the story, I'll be less pressure, feel less under pressure to complete the game in a timely fashion. So I can really spend the time finding all the stuff, unlocking everything, maybe working towards getting some of the achievements, but achievements from Steam or whatever, they're not as exciting to me as there are people who grind for achievements. I try not to, but some of them will probably pop in. I'll probably complete some of them just by continuing to play the game. I really want to figure out the combat system. I think it looked really good and want to try to
Nice.
master it.
I like that. Navigator says, I would say wait. Cyberpunk should have been a lesson to the industry, and Ernie responds with should. And then says All Out 76. We all know she meant Fallout, but I think All Out was correct.
The
Yes.
F fell off. It couldn't handle it. It's like, fuck that shit.
Right?
Yeah.
First time
Hello,
chatter.
Mojo7623.
Welcome to Lagging Out Live. I am Chieftain. To my right is the very lovely Blacklight Oni. Second row is Hero and Soda Pop. Take a compliment. Shut up. And right below is our special guest is Mariner.
Yeah, Mojo is also one of mine.
Of course.
Hey, oh, that's why
Welcome.
his name is so familiar.
Welcome
Yep.
to the asylum.
When Navigator can't stand in, or when Navigator can't attend, Mojo stands in.
He's got his diving buddies with him tonight.
Hell yeah.
Shut the hell up, Magma.
Whoa.
No,
Agree,
I
she
agree
is
with
very
him, Oni.
lovely.
God damn
No,
it, take a fucking
you
compliment.
all you fuckers are traitors. How dare you?
All right, so
Um,
what we're gonna do
Traitor.
with this,
So-
we're gonna do this with this Blacklight Oni picture is we're gonna turn it to a poster and put it on Spreadshirt and just have Blacklight Oni and then sell her as a poster.
That's what
It's like our very own influencer, Blacklight Oni,
Woohoo!
which would make her totally sick to her stomach because she hates everything about thoughts, e-thoughts, and
I think we all do, but hey.
yeah,
Garbage
But,
human.
garbage human.
Oh, I got something for
So-
that. Garbage human.
So regarding Jedi Survivor,
I'll
do you
slap the
think
shit out of you.
Bring it.
do you
Yeah.
think EA is going to try to keep this game going with regards to updates, maybe expansions, things like that? Maybe they'll elaborate on some of the features that you were saying felt underutilized, like the companion system or the riding, the mounts systems. or mechanics, I guess. Do you think that EA will do that? I guess kind of like Destiny, even though Destiny is an MMORPG, but that's neither here nor there. Or do you think they're gonna just do patches and call it a day?
I don't I don't know EA's history with this sort of thing. I would say the game feels complete as is. I can see them maybe this would be like their first like dipping their toe into the companion system to see how well it is received, and then they could expand on it for the next game. But like I said, it was very narrative driven to have companions in the first place. Like you couldn't advance through the story without them. Like there's a couple spots where you have to kind of you point the camera in a direction, you click a button, and the guy goes and does a thing that allows you to continue. And so it's very dependent. It's story dependent, and it's eventually. But I don't see there's any reason to expand the game outward. Like they could put. I mean, I don't know EA's history. If they decide to do a DLC and add a world or two to this, they would have to add story in order to have that be a thing.
Microtransactions, EA, no.
Never.
I wasn't saying
Never.
microtransactions, just if they do a DLC that you want to buy
So-
down the road.
Yeah.
So I would add a component to your statement there. You said you weren't sure about EA's history with some things. EA had and lost the license to produce Star Wars video games for a while ago. So they've had it in the past, and then they lost it. And one of the reasons they lost it was, well, quite frankly, in my opinion, the shit show that we witnessed at the beginning of Jedi Survivor here. That was one of their longstanding issues, one of the reasons they lost the license, and it went. I thought it had gone to somebody else, but then I think they fought hard to keep it and actually won the fight. But I don't think it went to any sort of litigation or legal issues. It was just I think some bowing and scraping to Disney and Lucasfilm. But I'm not surprised that they had an issue, because EA's had a little bit of a history with having problems. Assassin's Creed Unity comes to mind. But hey, shit happens. Yeah, it looks good. It's something that I am considering getting. Based on your review, honestly, I think I'm convinced. I'm kind of forgiving on some points, not very forgiving on others. Fortunately, I didn't get burned by Cyberpunk. The game key the game key was gifted to me by somebody in our community, and I did clock about 40 some odd hours into the game before I put it down and said, yeah, this is fun. I'm gonna wait until they fix it. It never ever got back to it, but I do plan on restarting the game and trying again.
Rookie.
I mean, this is one of those moments. I've heard Cyberpunk 2077 is playable now.
Oh yeah, it is now.
The problem is,
absolutely.
it took over a fucking year. Okay, so with Pokemon, as the years have progressed, you see Pokemon having the same issue, where, especially with these newer ones, they seem to have some, let's call them interesting glitches. Now, of course, this is going to be back in my day. You bought a Pokemon game and that fucker was ready. That thing was set.
Yep.
And you know what? When they re-released on their the e-marketplace, rest in peace, the classics and some of the less classic but still older games for example, Pokemon Crystal, they actually updated it so that because of technologies and storylines that they used in the Japanese release that are no longer available and thus couldn't be available in America, what they did was they altered the game so that Celebi was finally legitimately catchable in Ilex Forest as an end game or like post game bonus. So once you beat the Elite Four in Johto, you can go and catch Celebi. I don't think you had to beat Kanto because I think that might be a little OP. But, you know, they added that shit, but it was still a complete game. So hearing games that are, let's say, less than optimized on launch wouldn't be an issue to me if it wasn't seemingly every fucking game ever.
Yeah.
And I understand no launch is ever perfect. I understand there will be some bumps. But it seems like every game, every fucking year, especially if it's a big company, something goes wrong. And that should be a sign. To me, that screams, hey, maybe we're doing something wrong. Why is it you've got indie developers who are not having this shit happen? I don't remember hearing this about Ghost of Tsushima.
Nope.
I don't remember hearing this about Stray. I don't remember hearing this about... There may have been some things regarding Elden Ring, but if I recall, part of it was from the actual non-hacking software or something like that. Even
Yeah,
Resident
they had
Evil
some
8.
DRM issue.
Yeah, which FromSoft is a bigger studio, obviously. Resident Evil Village, bigger studio, but it still ran. They weren't like crashing in the first 5 hours.
Irish
So
G-Man
that
is
doesn't
here.
really bother me.
Hey,
Holy
what
shit.
up, G-Man?
Ooh, never heard of
Holy shit. And we're a big fan of you, Irish G-Man. So yeah, it bothers me about some of that, so I understand that's gonna bring the score down. I mean, it's only been out for what, a week or two?
about
It came
3.
out end of April, like April 27th or something.
Okay, so let's say maybe 3 weeks. I mean, there's still time for it to improve the ratings, but this would probably be one of those situations like BoJack Horseman, where first half of season 1 got horrible reviews, but then the end of season 1, people were like, "Holy shit, no, this is really good." Where they go, "Hey, look, on launch it wasn't very great because there were some issues, but as they've patched things," but it makes me just question, why didn't this get done before if you knew there were going to be issues? But, you know, that takes hindsight and giving a fuck about what you do.
This
But
is
hey, at
why
least it's a good Star Wars game.
this is why I advocate for playing older games, because at least you know they're done.
Damn right.
That's right. I can honestly say there's only been a couple of studios that haven't fucked up bad with, unfinished releases. And I wonder why that is. And when I say a handful of studios, I'm actually referring to a handful of, major devs. Haven't had this issue with a Zelda release yet. Haven't had this issue with a Metroid release yet. Haven't had this issue. You notice a trend here? Nintendo hasn't fucked up like that yet. They have other issues though.
Dude, I just
Irish
said Pokemon. Some other Pokemon games are kind of going through it because they've got glitches, but they're at least playable.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. Though Pokemon isn't exclusively Nintendo. I mean, what the heck is the name?
Niantic?
Game Freak or something like that.
Oh no, yeah,
Niantic?
Game Freak.
Game Freak, Niantic.
Niantic did the Pokemon Go, I think.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
Is that Irish Green or Mariner Green? Irish G-Man. He comes
can
in
tell?
and like
Irish.
Irish Green. Shamrock on.
all right, let me just add a little bit more green here.
There we
Also,
are.
like, I guess in Chicago they
I'm
do
gonna go
this
fucking
thing where
blind.
they turn the river green. There's also a
Yeah,
thing where
Chicago.
they flood the river with ducks. I'm I don't understand some of these cultural things. Probably why I
They're
stay away
great
from
ones.
Chicago.
I lived in Chicago for
Yeah.
a good amount of time, and I still don't know. I still don't understand it.
Okay,
I
good.
know
It's
the
not just
Green
me.
River, but the ducks I've never heard of.
Yeah,
me
they
neither.
released just thousands and thousands of rubber ducks.
What the duck is
rubber
going
duck.
on?
Okay.
It's like a bad email text or a bad text. And when it changes it to fuck to duck, I'm like, I don't want to say ducking. There's no such word as ducking. I want to write
Yes, there is.
fucking.
Yeah, if you duck, if you're in the process of
Good
duck,
sir, if I
Like-
throw a ball at
like-
your head, what are you going to do?
No, if I'm saying I don't know what you're ducking doing around here, does not make sense in the context of that sentence. Why would I change it to
Okay.
ducking? I'm using it as a different word. It makes zero sense in the context of the sentences I use in my text.
fair enough.
Gee, man.
You
I'm
understand?
gonna try
It's
that.
like, yes, like if someone throws a ball at me, I am ducking, but I'm not using that term. I'm using the word fucking more than ducking. I'm just saying.
Yeah, people also
Make sense?
rely on Microsoft Word to correct their grammar. Okay, so
Grammarly.
Grammarly.
it's not gonna fucking fix it.
Anyway,
Also, very nice Gaelic. I'm gonna have to check the translation on that when I'm not using both my screens.
I'm not
My
even gonna try.
stomach feels like I swallowed razor blades.
oh, fun
Right.
times.
That's bad. Maybe have some Pepto Bismol
What's that?
or Kaopectate. Did you
I
know
don't
the
need that.
bismuth has a half?
Yes, G-Man.
Did
The answer to your question is yes.
That's
What-
the
what-
boy.
I need a translation.
No clue.
He said, "Are we Irish Green?"
Mm,
¿Quieres comer mi verga?
I guess.
Did you know that bismuth has a half-life longer than basically the Earth is going to exist?
He's talking because of me.
The green of Ireland. Irish Spring.
I want me gold.
I want me Lucky Charms. I think you're leading in the poll on our Twitter, by the way. You must be telling all his friends to vote for him, G-Man.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
anyways, that went longer than a Angry Joe review. We're sorry about that, but good job
I had a
to
lot to
Mariner.
talk
About way more.
Thank you, Mariner. That was
way more.
fantastic.
We talked about way more than the game, and we weren't screaming for no unearthly reason. We were actually giving legitimate review and knowing what we were talking about in the process. I'm just saying.
like we
That
have
is true.
credentials or something.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Get over here. Get over here.
This
Get over here.
Yes, I used to be able
Homelander?
to actually play that on the screen.
They're really having Homelander? That's fucking awesome. They gonna drink his milk?
New Mortal Kombat Kara is Homelander and Omni-Man.
Homelander gonna be drinking his breast milk.
Oh, God. For people who don't watch that show like Oni, I think she's extra creeped out by it. But well, welcome to New and Old. We're lagging out live. I'm Chief, and to my right is Blacklight Oni. Second row is Hero and Soda Pop, and our special
Give
guest
us some
today
fucking-
is Marina.
Oh no, I've got
Uh-oh.
this soda on my.
Yeah.
Yes, I told you I was going to change the music there tonight, right?
Hell yeah.
But I should
I
be
gotta go
popping
some
in
more
there. I
giggity.
changed a random so like I start dancing in front of him.
Yeah, maybe like
Well, there goes my bits contributions to the tonight's stream.
Hold on, let me switch you in Hero. You'll be good to go.
Give us some
Oh.
fucking.
That's great.
I don't want it.
Give us some fucking money. I was talking to
Actually
Soda.
great.
I go, wouldn't it be funny if I did that, Soda? And he's like,
Give
yeah.
us some fucking.
No, no.
Eat my ass, Mariner.
That's only for Hero. Damn it.
Yeah. Badger's loving it. She's like writing yes in the chat.
So
But,
this game, from what I understand, is
I have the
supposed to
trailer
be-
ready.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's
Go ahead. Say
supposed
it.
to be a remake of the original.
Yes, it is.
What? Really?
Does anybody want to take a look at the trailer that dropped yesterday?
I do.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go take a look.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, that should have went to that. Yeah, I forgot.
Well, he's not Mortal Kombat 1.
It is time. Time to wake up to a new reality. To a blank canvas that I have painted in with warmth and peace. In my new era, the choice is yours. Whether to live in quiet serenity or
Racist.
bloody strife. To dwell in joyous prosperity or bitter rivalry.
Nice face.
You can face each other as sworn enemies or united as brothers. But a storm is brewing, and soon you will discover
Jesus.
that even in this new era, one constant remains. There is always something worth fighting for.
Animality.
You have chosen to defy peace. Then you have chosen war with a god.
Fight!
Mortal Kombat. Rated E for everyone.
Shang Tsung.
So it's rated E for everyone, I would imagine there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Me not
either.
think so.
That
Yeah, so beta access starts tonight at 10 it actually started today at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I guess you get the beta access.
Well, the first game only had like what 8 characters. So how are they gonna do that?
Probably with expansion packs.
I don't even think they're gonna do expansion packs like that. Well, they probably will, I should say, because they always add in random ass characters that are just fan favorites for whatever reason.
Right.
But it's a remake, so it's not going to be a remaster like shot for shot. It's not going to be well, it might actually half reboot, half remake the story, because I mean, look at things like the Resident Evil franchise.
Give us some fucking.
It's definitely not randomizing, Chief.
No, I would try to do it for 45 minutes trying to get it to work, and I couldn't get it to work.
It's weird.
But
So here's a question. I never
go
played
ahead.
the original Mortal Kombat.
What?
I only saw the
Get out.
Yeah, you kick him.
I'll just see my way out. But
Me too. Bye.
Well, it was.
no,
before
was
your
there
time.
actual story? Because I thought the first Mortal Kombat was strictly like arcade sort of game.
It was.
It kind of was. It wasn't
There-
really a whole story.
that
They
was
developed
during-
after the fact.
That was during the era where a lot of the story was told in like the instruction booklets and other
Yeah.
materials, because they couldn't do like full blown voiceover story. They couldn't do it cinematically. So they had their storytelling around the game, and the game was just fighting.
But they put some story in like, was it Mortal Kombat X or whatever that covered like the
Two they
stories
started.
from 1, 2, and 3?
So I have a prediction on this one as to how they're why they're doing the remake, because if you
Money.
well, yeah,
Well-
money, but if you did play, I think it was X, Mortal Kombat 10, basically, the storyline there is basically Raiden picks his successor, and I think it was it Liu Kang?
Yeah.
It was Liu Kang, and Liu Kang goes through the entire storyline, and it's basically he ends up fighting a match against effectively the goddess of time, and he becomes the effectively new all father, if you will. And he comes in like he's introed here. He's talking about a new era of peace. He recreated the world. That's what this story
confused.
looks like it's telling.
Mortal Kombat 1 literally had 5 buttons and there wasn't a bazillion combos. Are they leaving the combos in, or are they going back old school easy?
Yeah. Like I have to look up, like I was playing MK11 and
Like
every character literally had like 30 combo moves, and I'm just like, how are you supposed to learn all these? And I'm just like, I'm using this one bitch. She can do she's a baddie. So she like had like this long range insect chick.
Oh, her.
And that's yeah, and I'd use her, and people would fucking hate me for that. Use another character. No, get fucked. I'm using this character. But yeah, I was gonna say something, and this is gonna trigger Oni in 3 seconds. Why do all the Asians have blue eyes?
Whoa.
When it's a recessive gene, and usually they have darker eyes.
Well, these two are brothers.
Anyone notice that? Like there was like 3 of them that had like, some of them had glowing eyes. That's different. That's like supernatural shit. But I'm like I'm confused here. I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, I can probably explain why. Because it looks more exotic and it's rare. So I'm not saying it's impossible for an Asian to not have, or to have something other than brown eyes. But it's the fact that these characters are not normal. They're supposed to stand out. Blue eyes stand out very clearly. Green eyes stand out very clearly. So it's just going to make them all look cooler. And yeah, you have to remember, Mortal Kombat was made also in the era along with Tekken, Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
they were
whatnot.
before that.
For costumes and character design were just for the look factor. They didn't really think about telling the story through the clothing, kind of like you've got with Horizon Zero Dawn or Doom, even to an extent, although yeah, some of them are made to look funny because, shits and giggles. But the women were meant to look sexy. The men were meant to look macho and all that shit. Duke Nukem supposed to look cheesy, but at the same time, he's the guy you want to be. So the costumes make no fucking sense to an extent. And you can tell that they're also made by people looking at those cultures without really looking into the history of those cultures, because they're taking so many liberties with the costumes. But that's what makes it feel exotic to a lot of people. But with this, them looking like they're actually trying to build a world and kind of build more of the story, they're trying to, in a way,
correct, Navigator.
I'm not saying that they are, but it's going to seem like they're trying to not seem as problematic. Although I find it as a way of, we're trying to actually build a story here, not just ride on, the 36, 24, 36 dimensions of the women kind of idea. So we'll see. But
yeah, I like this close up here. You notice that they are asymmetrical. With 3D models, that's a mistake that's often overseen. what you do as an organic modeler is that you model half the body and then mirror it
Yeah.
and then stitch.
Yeah.
Here you can see they went back into the even the eyes are higher than the other. Her screen
Eyebrows.
left eye is a little bit higher, and there's a little bit of a fat layer. Asians have this layer of fat like right over the eyes, under their eyes, that has like that
Racist.
almond color. No, it's just an observation. If you took a figure drawing class, you'd know that, Soda.
Couple, yeah.
Eyebrows are definitely not the same.
Yeah. And like what Oni was saying, I'm not sure if it was on the live or not, is where the bridge of the nose is different too on Asians. So they have to modify the masks a little bit, and you can see like the eye there, like this one has an imperfection, and I love that part of it. Like when I was like, I gotta show this on the live. Like this modeling is fucking amazing. It looks so good. Even the makeup and the texturing is just like really blown me away. This is not in game. If it is, I'm impressed. But you can see like even with the iris, you can see the outside there. Like they put that TLC in there with the brown into the blue, like that
Give
black
us a
line that
fucking-
everybody has.
No,
And-
they're,
and they
they're,
got-
they're, they're
Someone help me
taking
with
all these little. Sorry,
Mhm. No, I was good. I'm done. Go ahead.
they're taking all these little details that bring out the humanity in characters. And yes, I understand some of these characters aren't exactly human,
Right.
but if you want them to
Is
come
this
alive,
Katana?
you have to.
No, I think it's Melina.
Melina thing. I get
Could
them
not
confused.
tell you.
Well, Katana is usually
Well,
purple.
I think you saw both of them in the
Yeah,
trailer.
in the
Katana's
carriage,
purple,
yeah,
though.
you did.
And
Yeah.
But these little details
I don't
make
know which
them
one's
come
which.
alive because you're seeing pieces of what makes humans so unique. I mean, like different ethnic groups in Asia have a lot of these different features,
Right.
like you were talking about. So
Uh-oh.
it comes more alive when you notice these little nuances that make people unique. Especially because technically, like Shang Tsung versus Raiden, they should be taking inspiration from two different cultures.
Thanks, Soda.
You know, ideally, if you're going by the name. But it's a video game, so who fucking cares?
Right.
But then you're seeing also the texture in the fabric. You're seeing the seams where the two fabrics meet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now yes, the it looks like a gem just above her forehead. That you can definitely tell is CGI, obviously, but you can tell it's not her skin. You can tell it's a different material, and just that those little details do matter. And so I will say I'm impressed by the cinematic. It looks nice.
Yeah. I know you love the
and-
fatalities. They weren't violent enough for you, do you think? You need to be more violent? In your opinion?
My video kept cutting and stopping and starting again. I'm like, bitch, please fucking play the video.
I'll drop the link in the Discord for you later if you want to watch it tomorrow.
I'm okay, thank you though. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna be busy tomorrow, so at least for part of the day.
I want to
okay.
I want to go back to the statement you made there, Chief. You said you didn't know how to tell the difference, or you couldn't tell the difference between the two.
Yeah, I get the names confused all the time because I never use the characters. All I know is whoever used those characters kicked my ass every time using those characters. So
Wow.
Kitana is like the princess of Outworld,
yeah,
and
she's got the big face, like all the teeth.
no, Melina is
Okay.
the one with all the teeth and the
Yeah.
freaking ripped up smile. She's actually
We used to make
Kitana's-
comments about her.
she's actually Kitana's sister.
Yeah.
And she's the same race as, I think his name is Baraka.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Baraka, yeah.
So there's that relation. And Melina, her story arc when she was first introduced was she was effectively a doppelganger for Kitana, and she impersonated her for a period of time and basically spun up some drama to create Mortal Kombat between two factions. Kitana's faction, who was like, she wanted to be the good guy. She wanted to, you know, she didn't want to just take over the regular world that all the other characters came from. By the way, they're actually bringing Jean-Claude Van Damme to be the character model for Johnny Cage.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's a fucking throwback.
Wasn't he Guile?
Yes. No. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, he was Guile in Street Fighter in a different fighting game. That's funny.
In the movie.
Why would they bring him in Mortal Kombat when he was the original like Guile in the movie?
Because he's like 90 now.
He's like 65 years
Yep.
old.
Yep, he
And they
was
keep
Guile.
bringing back Schwarzenegger, okay?
That's
Cut him some
true.
slack.
I know. Like, I don't like that either. Dolph Lundgren they're bringing back too.
I mean,
Like,
Sylvester Stallone. I mean, they put him in last Mortal Kombat.
oh, there's a texture error here. I've just found it.
Okay, you know what? I'll say it. If a video game wants to be super duper spicy and super duper like progressive, they need to make either a movie or a new version of Soul
See
Calibur
it?
and have an actual model of Voldo.
I don't think I'm going to see it, sir. I don't have that trained of an eye in this.
Right here, the iris dents the outside of the iris dents in. That's a UV issue. They have to fix that in the eye. There's like it goes in. That's not a light refraction issue. That is a texture error right here.
You talking about the
Oh.
white thing?
That little white, it's white. It's going into the iris. That's an error. They have to fix that. But I mean, they don't have me there to help them. So I just spotted it out because I'm like retarded when I'm looking at stuff. So I'm like, oh, what?
Okay.
There's something weird there.
To confirm, Mortal Kombat 1 combat pack includes Jean-Claude Van Damme skin for Johnny Cage. So
Welcome
it's just
back,
a
Rogue.
skin.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
What
The
up,
skin.
Rogue?
Yeah, sorry guys. I went like completely like instructor professor thing. I was like, oh, your UVs are off here.
Well,
Quick poll
neither
for the-
Melina or Katana were in MK1. So.
Yeah.
Quick poll for everybody in chat. You can participate too. Who actually enjoyed the first Mortal Kombat film?
Oh, I did.
The very first one?
Yeah, not the sequel. The sequel was dog crap, but the first one.
Look,
Don't ask Hero. He
guilt-
hates everything.
guilty pleasure. I loved it. It was
Guilty
fucking
pleasure
cheesy.
here too. Yeah.
It was fucking cheesy and horrible, but that's why I loved it.
It was horrible and I loved it. Yeah. Same thing like Johnny Cage was like uber cringe.
Yeah.
Like he was the
Sonya
embodiment-
Blade.
He was the embodiment of the absolute freaking stereotype of a Hollywood full of himself actor. Which
Right.
That's what his character was.
I remember the woman who played Sonya Blade, she turned 50 last year and she dressed up as Sonya and she looked like a fucking knockout. Like she looks like there was like no, like she cosplayed herself in the movie and like
Goro. Yeah.
50 fucking years old and looked exactly the same body type. That is amazing. So I was like, you go. I'm like, that fucking kicks ass. So
Bridget Wilson.
I love the actor for Raiden too. Like that accent with that character was just perfect.
I was looking at some of the stuff, the effects that they had for Goro, and it like the guy in it, it was like nuts. The thing was like it was on his shoulders, like his real arms were on the bottom, and like it was like 5 feet of like latex prosthetic above him, and it was I saw it on it was like really it was like high. I don't know how the guy stood. It was just amazing to me. But yeah.
Sorry, I derailed the conversation there.
Very
That
But
was
yeah,
like, Adam Sandler doing that.
That what?
Ro Raven put it's after he says so hot, wanna touch the hiney. Ooh, you know.
So
Adam Sandler.
hot.
Yeah.
Want to touch the hiney. Oh.
Yeah, that was a little gay, but
Well, that's how he kind of did it. She's so hot. Want to touch the hiney.
Just for you, Chieftain.
Ah, yeah, he
Oh,
put it in the
nice.
yeah. Oh, it went over here. Yeah, that's her now.
Damn.
Kind of a badass. That's pretty fucking cool, though. Like, you know how hard it is to keep that body and not eat pizza?
Okay, yep. Got to be careful when you're looking up celebrities online. I was not expecting that.
He's got his filter. He's got his filter off.
Of course you
That's
do.
why there's a
Little
lock
bit
on
of-
that door.
Spicy photos. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
was not intentional. And hey, he definitely can rock it still, apparently.
Oh, yeah. So this is like you heard us talking to the Irish G-Man in the chat. This is what he was referring to. We would. This is kind of a soft topic, but we thought it was kind of fun. So I pitched it, and everyone loved it because everyone's afraid to say no to Chieftain at a pitch meeting. But not really.
Please.
Yeah. I just spicy photos of Mike Meyer. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I got the other Mariner Kitty coming to visit now.
Oh no.
Cat.
Deep dive kitty. That's a deep dive pussy right
Meow
there.
meow.
Whoa, dude.
No, we're not making that joke.
Find the furry.
Oh,
So
God.
on our Twitter, because we want to get more people to Twitter. You have your choice of picking your favorite guest you've seen on a show. Eric July, Gothics. Eric July is that guy right here. He's not that angry, but Gothics or the Irish G-Man. You can go ahead and vote at the link I'm going to post in the chat. And you can go check that out right now. Voting ends the beginning of next show next week.
Oh.
Here we go. The Galactic Starship closes. There we go.
Wow.
Let's
Is this
go.
really a surprise to anyone?
No.
Yeah.
No. And I'll be right back. Go ahead and you guys can discuss this. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Good luck. May the force be with you.
The force is gonna be with him.
Yeah, the force will be with him.
Somebody clip
So,
that.
This topic actually ties into something else we were talking about. Apparently, what was it? Disney canceled some development plans for a new park. And then in
Didn't
their
they
press
make
release, they
campus?
was that?
Wasn't $1 billion campus? That
It's like a
they-
I think it was like a $2 or $3 billion plan.
Oh.
Lake Nona is what it was called. They were making plans to develop a new park at Lake Nona, and then they canceled it. And in their press release, they turned around and tried to blame their controversy with DeSantis.
Naturally.
Fucking awesome.
And I know Chief is going to have something to say about it, so I'll leave some of the details up for him to talk about. But effectively, my response to that is, yeah, fucking right, you jackasses. Y'all are shitting your pants because you're running out of money. 3 fucking bombs at the box office. The Galactic Star Cruiser hasn't been performing, and they're closing it in September. So try again, you fucking liars.
Lol. Yeah, fucking liar. I thought they were supposed to make one where you could go into outer space and literally stay in outer space for a week.
I think you're
that's
confusing
this.
it with Elon Musk's plans.
No, it was a Disney.
I looked at
Disney
some
thing.
screen. I looked at some promotional photos for this place, and it was like you could have lookout window at Starscapes, and you could sit in like a
Raven.
what- nice.
Oh, I would
But
say
yeah, it
that's what
seemed
she
like-
said, but that is what she said.
Yeah. But I looked at some promotional video shows because like I'm seeing thumbnails on YouTube from other channels talking about this, and they've all got a actual spaceship in the thumbnail. I'm like, where are they getting this? So I was like, going, is this actually like look like um a Star Cruiser on the ground? And I looked, and it was like, no, it's just an entrance with a big box. So, and then all the pictures from the inside were like people looking out windows at Starscapes, and I'm like, So it's a simulated motel. Got it.
Well, I feel like it's stupid because they could have done this Galactic Star Cruiser and done it on one of their Disney cruise ships, and it would have been more immersive. But they tied it in with Galaxy's Edge. Let's look at the reasons why this failed. They spent billions of dollars on this hotel, and they're closing it a year after launch. A Will to Live. Let's see. You're talking about $2,500 to $6,000 for a 2-day stay. I'm sorry, a 3-day, 2-night stay.
Wow.
They tied it in with Galaxy's Edge. They included LARPing / cosplay opportunities for an immersive experience with shitty little events that you participate on your smartphone with. So you're telling me that we go on vacation to finger fuck our phones. Let's see. You're giving us exclusively sequel trilogy characters that most people in reality don't care about, when you could have banked on nostalgia and fans, super fans that are in the older age brackets that have the money to spend on their old nostalgic things that they cared about. If you gave me Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Luke, Leia, Han
C-3PO.
Solo, C-3PO, R2-D2, if you gave me those guys, oh boy, I would want to try and experience this. Oh yeah, and by the way,
there.
yeah, C-3POS. He's always in my heart, man. I just, right, Rogue? I just feel like if you brought that price down and retrofitted it with actual content from the original trilogy and actually made an effort to give a nod to the original trilogy, and you could still kind of sneak in your original characters that most people didn't care about because those movies were fucking horrendous because they used too many directors, not enough of good ideas. You'd have a chance. You could make some money.
Money, 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 money.
Money.
Give us some fucking money. Give us some fucking.
No!
I just got my 5K biddy badge.
Right?
Whoa, what?
I'm fucking rolling.
I'm
Big
just
ballin'.
Give us
I'm
some
just
fucking.
sorry, Mariner. I just had to.
Uh-huh.
I just feel like if this Galactic Star Cruiser experience wasn't targeting the whales and, you know, was actually geared towards the families and actually had included original trilogy characters, even prequel trilogy characters, in addition to your nobody
Yeah.
cares.
They have some extra stuff like, "Hi, I'm Ray. I'm your personal masseuse tonight."
Hell yeah,
I'd be great. I'd be all about that.
Yeah, I'd pay
She
for
ain't that good looking, man.
No,
I just need
it's
I
the
just need a
accent.
female's touch, okay?
Oh shit.
You're married. You're fine. I'm gonna die alone. I need some of that.
Don't lie to yourself.
Keep breathing. I am.
What did you?
Look, there you
I
go,
am your
Chief.
masseuse.
There you go, Chief. She's giving. She's offering.
I'm gonna take you up on that, Rogue Raven.
Whoa.
She's got to be like one of the coolest people we know. So
Here's Oni throwing ideas in the chat.
the
There's
casino
just so
style.
many. There's just so many things they could have done.
That's a great idea.
Better. And if they
I know you guys mentioned the price, right?
Yeah, if they didn't price the middle class out of it, they'd have more people signing up for this.
Yeah. Let's
Anybody
stop
else?
fighting with DeSantis.
Yeah, I mentioned that a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
I figured as much. I'm sorry, guys. Just a rule for anyone who's a streamer: don't eat 3 chimichangas for lunch and then do a stream at night.
Oof.
Do it.
Ouch.
I could do it.
Look, I had some Carolina Reaper salsa earlier today, and I'm doing all right. I don't want to hear it.
All I know is, Hero, is I should have weighed myself today instead of yesterday.
Oh, damn.
I feel 5 pounds lighter.
You exercised that beast, huh?
Do it.
Oh,
Go away yourself real quick.
you want me to go now? Because I had to let. No, I'll probably be
He's
more.
like, I don't want to go back in that bathroom for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, my stomach hurts so bad. Ugh, I can't eat like I used to.
Yeah. Once you
Anyways,
hit that mid-30s mark, it's done, dude.
yeah. Wait till you close to 50. Right, Mariner?
Don't talk to me about that.
You'll know in 20 years, buddy.
I'm a lot closer than that.
I'm giving you a compliment. Shh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shit, Chris. Was it? What? What is that?
The Chiss. Okay.
Chiss style.
Grand
okay.
Admiral Thrawn.
Yes,
He's
the Chiss. The Chiss Ascendancy.
So they're technically they're not actually within the galaxy. They're just outside the galaxy, and they have agents who are essentially trying. It's called the Chiss Ascendancy because they're basically trying to take over everything, and they do it through extreme precision, loyalty to the Chiss. They see every other species essentially as subpar. So they're very much disciplined. They are highly intelligent, charismatic, but manipulative and cold. And I don't just say that because allegedly their history is that they were human-based beings who grew up around very cold, icy asteroids and glaciers and shit. So it turned their skin blue and their eyes red, even though that technically wouldn't be what happens for obvious reasons. Anyways,
that's funny.
So whereas if you're, in a way, I guess it'd be kind of like a nightmare alien species between. I'm seeing them in my mind and I can't fucking remember the name. The species that made more of. The species that made the most of the clone troopers of the Clone Wars.
Not the main, but one of the lead races of the Trade Federation.
Because technically they see thousands of different colors, but to humans or species who are different, they just see stark white walls. Also, that race actually is entirely bred by genetic cloning and splicing. So it'd be kind of like that.
Magma. Kaminoan.
Kaminoan. Yeah. Thank you, Magma. My bad. So it's the Chiss would be kind of like Kaminoans or Kaminoans, and then if you were to mix them with what's another hellish? Oh, I know. Arcanians, the other asshole group who made clones, but they made them worse. Fun fact, the Kaminoans were chosen because although their method of cloning was slower, it was more precise and tended to have fewer consequences. The Arcanians, they were a lot faster, but they wound up having some serious mental issues, like dying, death, not functioning, things like that. Also, they
looking like
the
me.
Arcanians. So the Kaminoans reproduce through genetic cloning and splicing. Arcanians do not allow extra, like they don't
Chromosomes.
allow people to join their planet in the cities. You can, if you join to be on planet Arcania, you are essentially put in like a slum town. You are,
It's not a place
They
that you're
don't
going to
like
win
you.
on the
They're
Price
very
is Right, is
racist.
what you're saying. Yeah.
so think of that, the combination of the Arcanians and Kaminoans, combine them and you get the Chiss. Except the Chiss are also highly militaristic. Hence
And more
why
intelligent.
Grand Admiral Thrawn was so well respected and was so good at his job, is because of that. But like that would be cool if you're into like, you know, wanting to, I guess, relive your military barracks life, which sounds actually like you have PTSD, but that's just me.
Wow, I feel called out.
Well, tell me I'm wrong.
That was
So,
a self call out. Was that?
Yeah, probably.
No, not really. I'm good. If I never smell purple fabuloso again in my life, I would be happy. Fuck purple
Okay.
fabuloso. I'm saying that on camera. Fuck purple fabuloso. That is the
Shit
worst
you had
one.
to do just to keep that thing, that barracks
That
room in inspection ready. Oh my god.
not barracks room. This was the barracks in boot camp. Fuck that shit. I hate fabuloso because of that.
Fuck that.
That's all you smell, top to bottom, nothing but purple fabuloso. If
I know
anyone
what
comes
Oni's
to
getting
my
for
place
Christmas.
and you bring that shit, I will destroy you. I will drown you in that shit.
Hey guys, I just added something on our Amazon wish list, so feel free to buy it, and we'll just send it directly to Blacklight Oni.
On it.
I will fucking end you.
No, I agree with you, Oni. Oh my god, you just never understand how absolutely horrendous people's living habits are until you get crammed into one room and 60 other people. My freaking god. Rogue, holy shit.
When are you destroying me? Question mark. Oh, we got a robot.
Hey, that
It's a robot. I don't know if it's a robot or not.
Wow.
Looks like.
Hello,
Well, when part
Warrior.
of the number
Yeah,
is Jizz Warrior, that's a
yeah,
sign.
yeah.
That many
is.
numbers has to be a robot.
Hey, Rogue, is that your friend?
Account created on May 17th, 2023. Sounds like a no.
It's writing back. He wrote, "Yo."
What's up?
Okay. How did you get away with that name?
Seriously.
Hold on, let me
know-
talk to the bot. Beep, boop, bop, beep. No, I don't know.
You know,
I don't know now. Responded back.
Just saying this, maybe. Well, I mean, some bots are pretty intelligent as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm just putting it out there. Either it's pure irony, but I would not be. I would assume as a guy you wouldn't want to put Jizz Warrior in your name in any way, shape, or form, whether it's spelled correctly or not.
Right. Looks like
That
a
doesn't sound
randomized
like-
name.
I had a long phone call with Twitch.
This is
I
sounding
bet.
legit, guys.
I don't know. Like, we have to retract our statement. I hope you recorded that phone call and posted it to YouTube, because that would make interesting content. How did that go? Hero says. That's hilarious.
We came to an agreement.
Well, then
Oh
we know
yeah,
it's
right.
Yeah.
That's a little bit sus.
Which Twitch mod did you have to do dirty things with?
Rogue Raven, are you reaching out to us to tell us about your extended car warranty?
Minus the pun. Okay, this is.
We came to an agreement. Yeah, minus the fun. Yeah. All right, he can stay for a while.
We'll see how this goes.
We'll play it by ear.
I'll allow it.
I will allow it.
You are off temporary ban.
Somebody call the number real quick.
So.
Oh my god.
Those,
Call now.
wait a minute.
It's not quite the right number of digits. It's a little
You
long.
already looked at it.
Pick up the phone.
I'm not here to cause any trouble, I promise.
All right. Well, all right.
Like that.
Okay. Well, welcome to Lagging Out Live. You can see our names underneath our little cameras there. There's no points off for spelling. But welcome. So next up, Disney has 2 slots here tonight.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
That was for Jizz Warrior.
There you go.
But apparently there's going to be a second season of Loki.
Sweet.
Which is going to be interesting because if anyone... Good question, Mariner.
That wasn't supposed to be that long.
What she said.
600 seconds, that's a long time.
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, that was weird. Anyways, in the pitch meeting, I'm like, season 3. Everyone's like, season 3? I don't remember season 2. I'm like, yeah, there was a season 2. No, it was just like season 1 was so long that you thought it was season 2. So I made a mistake there. So apparently they're doing a season 2. Is it Echo?
I didn't even know a season 1 came out of that. Yeah, that's 10.
Echo season 1's coming out. And then a lot of stuff going on in Disney Plus because, they're losing a lot of money anyway. So we got to create more content and pretend we give a shit. So, yeah, Echo's doing a season 1. I never said it was going to do. Isn't Echo the guy in Doctor Strange? Is that the guy with the pitchfork? Not the pitchfork, but the...
I thought it was a dolphin.
Whoa.
Echo was a character that was in Hawkeye. Their theme song when they were introduced was Christmas Island by Depeche Mode.
Okay, so it's not that dude that was in Doctor Strange on that council of the Illuminati. That's not him. That the silent guy.
No, that's a completely
Black
different
Bolt?
person.
Yes.
Black Bolt?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. I thought that was Echo for some reason.
No.
It's a minor character, so to me,
Fuck you. Black Bolt is not that minor.
he's
is an
minor. Never
Inhuman.
heard of him. Never heard of him before
Yeah,
that
There's a whole
movie.
leader
fucking
of the
show
Inhumans.
about them. Oh my gosh, just because he wasn't in a show doesn't mean everybody else doesn't fucking know it.
I don't know it.
Yeah,
Never heard
Black
of him.
Bolt's actually a significant
An Inhuman.
character.
Fucking badass. Unfortunately, could argue is in an abusive relationship because his wife's kind of becomes a bitch. Dare I say a cunt.
Whoa.
And she doesn't use that word lightly, guys.
No.
Stupid cunt.
No.
What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck?
Dead silence.
So,
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm trying to.
for clarification, on behalf of Blacklight Oni, the dude is the leader of the Inhumans, which is
Oh,
a
okay.
really significant group in the Marvel universe.
Never heard of the
Thank
Inhumans
you.
either.
So here's the story
Motherfucker, because they
behind
live on the
Inhumans.
moon. Quicksilver literally marries one of the Inhumans.
Who's
Crystal.
Quicksilver?
Oh my
Whoa.
god. So the story, the editorial story behind the Inhumans is the guy that conceived the idea of the Inhumans in the Marvel universe was pissed off because Fox was not going to release the license back to Marvel for the X-Men. So he not rebranded. He created an entirely new group to replace the X-Men, but it was less than a quarter of the popularity of the X-Men because, well, I mean, we're talking golden era. So that's the editorial story behind it, because Fox would not release the X-Men license back to Marvel so that they could make new movies, because Fox was, basically playing their hand like, oh no, this is our shit. We have this license. We're not giving up our moneymaker. And then they proceeded to drive the franchise into the ground cinematically.
Give us some fucking money.
Again.
Yes.
By trying to redo the Phoenix Force saga again because it went so well the first time when they fucked it up.
What's Phoenix Force?
Jean Grey.
I know what it is.
I can't even justify that with a legitimate response.
I refuse to even recognize that question was asked.
It's like the Nova Force. Like we have our own lagging out Nova Force and Rogue Force. We have two different types of Marvel characters within the lagging out entertainment universe. It's the universe of madness. There's 3 Mariners, 2 of which are cats. You know, but they live together, kind of like you know, they share one universe, even though they're from different universes.
Then we have 2 sodas or 2 turn deaths, depending on what day it is.
Right, there we go.
Well,
I think one's enough of soda.
That's for damn sure.
Badger, so help me. Do not ask that question. You fucking know.
Well,
Drink up, punks. Oh, Tyrion Death is here? Oh, you decided to show up tonight. Welcome.
hey,
kidding.
Dog him
what's up,
about
brother?
it.
I'm kidding. Don't dog him about it. Da 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 da. Drive-by pun by Blacklight Oni.
And technically, you have more than 2 ravens with the voices I do.
She's got multiple personalities.
We got
We also
multiple
have to
rogues,
remember
too.
Rogue Energy.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Bottom left-hand corner. Save 10% with, save 10% with coupon code lagging out, all one word.
Badger, are you serious that you don't know what the Phoenix Force is?
I don't know.
Holy shit, Badger, please.
I'm the Sybil of this
Please
stream.
don't do that. The fucking shit makes me cringe.
Yeah, every time your sister puts uwu in the chat, I do that.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Badger, please tell me you do know what the Phoenix Force is.
She's going silent.
Because it's not like we didn't just grow up together or anything. Like, you know, we didn't, you know, talk about all this shit.
You know
okay,
what?
you do know. Good, thank goodness.
Soda and I were talking, and we're saying that you guys have a lot more similarities
what?
than do differences.
Badger, are you fucking... You're saying she
You don't
doesn't know
know.
what the Phoenix Force is.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Sibling rivalry here. Uh-oh.
It's not rivalry. This is concern. Badger? Okay. Phoenix Force is a primordial entity of space. And it used Jean Grey, who is arguably the most powerful telekinetic and telepath in existence,
OP'd.
to use her as an avatar. And because if it took over anyone else, it basically would, like, destroy them. So Jean Grey sacrificed herself to become the living embodiment of the Phoenix, hence her becoming the Phoenix. But because it's a primordial force, it is amoral. It does not see morality the way us humans do. So it essentially consumes her.
Popcorn
and
for Meredith.
to preserve the universe, she basically implodes.
I knew a couple of
This was
women
a
that
major-
did that without the Phoenix Force.
This was a major turning point in the X-Men comics. So, like, if you look at the different arcs, whether it's the Sentinels, whether it's Phoenix Force, Apocalypse, Phoenix Force is the most famous, partly because the art was fantastic, but also because the story... Yeah, that's how the original Phoenix character was made. It was not... In X-Men, the original series with, like, Halle Berry... Bailey? Barry? Yeah.
Barry.
Sir Patrick Stewart, you know, all of them. They said it was a mutation formed by extreme, you know, near death or sudden power explosion. the Phoenix Force was actually
It's
a
cosmic
being.
force.
Yeah, a cosmic being. So, that's how it actually was. And the thing is that it took a very long time to build up that story. So kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, you don't just cram a whole season in one movie. Yeah, you don't just cram a whole comic line in one movie. It's not going to fucking happen, because in it you get a lot of revelations, like how, if I recall, this is where you actually find out Wolverine has actually been in love with Jean Grey for a very long time. Cyclops really kind of goes through some of his serious mental
Deadpool's
breaks
been in
because-
love with Wolverine for a long time. I mean,
Yeah, that's also
I mean,
true.
Logan. I
Deadpool's been
always
in love
knew
with
he
like
would be
everybody.
inside me.
But yeah,
He likes
Phoenix
that
Force
one, huh?
the Phoenix Saga was, because there's like the Phoenix Saga, the Dark Phoenix Saga, there was a lot. You can't just cram all that in one movie and expect it to go well, because the build
You
up
said cram.
Yeah.
is so important.
Yeah, there was no
Um,
Avatar movie.
So yeah,
Also,
that's
side note, their follow up was pretty decent. You know, Jean and Scott's twin daughters that embodied both the light and the dark Phoenix Force.
well, that depends on which ones you go with, because they either had Rachel, who has a part of the Phoenix Force, but it's more teamable. There's also Cable,
Yep.
who is
Yeah.
their son from a different future.
Yeah.
Also, in one reality, Cyclops married the clone of Jean Grey. Her name was Madeline. I don't think they had children, though. The X-Men comics got really fucking weird, okay? We're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that was the Phoenix Force, that the original Phoenix Force saga kind of was about that turning point where they went from the gold era to not.
Gold era.
To a
We
cold
were
era?
gold, now we're not.
Cold era.
Raven just sent me a warning in the voice of Rogue Raven. You guys want to hear it? In the voice of Harley Quinn, sorry.
Yes.
I want to hear it, yes.
How you doing, Mr. J? Is this for your little stream? Okay. Attention! And that means you in the back. The preceding content is intended for mature audiences only. Opinions and views expressed on this live are not necessarily those of Lagging Out Entertainment, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or any of its sponsors or advertisers. That means we ain't liable. If you're under 18, get the fuck out. I wonder where that bee man is.
She's got to quit her job and do that full time.
Well, I think if we make enough money and pay her, we could do that for her.
Oh, definitely. We're gonna do some sort of thing with Science. If you guys don't know who Science is, look up King Science on Instagram. He's an animator. He's got about I think he's got over 10 million views over all the socials, and he wants to do a collaboration with us. So I have to figure out. I have to talk with Oni. Surprise! We're gonna do some sort of Russian thing between me and Rogue, because we could both do Russian accents. But I have to hear her talk in order for me to do the Russian accent. I can't do it cold.
You can't do Russian accent cold. How pathetic.
I can't do
Go
that
figure,
cold.
fucking comrade.
Whoa.
That I'm going to don't know what to say. It's moose and squirrel.
That much is clear. How unfortunate. This is why you American pigs will never win the war.
God, that's why we take over Ukraine, then Poland, and then I get my whiplash out and kill everybody. Mojo says, Rogue Raven, that was amazing. And she's like, aw, thank you.
Was amazing.
I got to take out the little crunchiness in between when she's moving around her phone, but other than that, it's good. I do a little bit of the edits in there to clean it up, and then it just sounds perfect.
Well, we all know what Chief is doing after the live tonight.
Going to sleep. I ain't doing that tonight. I'm gonna wait to the last minute and just bitch and complain about it the whole time on a Friday. I did the mix of the intro, the PSA, I think yesterday. I was like, let me get this all done. And then I did the wipes with the full screen that we're doing the reviews. I did that today for the 5-shot and 4-shot, like the review in and review out, like those wipes. I created a whole other scene for that. That way, like people would actually not see our faces in it and actually enjoy the trailer. So, but that trailer is pretty fucking graphic.
That was nuts.
I was like, oh my, like, I think they say it's like, how can we like make it more gross every time? Did you find the video I sent you the other day of the hentai car? Yeah, I did. I just never, I didn't put it on the show, but I fucking laughed. That shit was funny.
It was so hilarious.
Oh my God. That's why you guys have to join our Discord. We have some fucking crazy shit in our memes and image areas.
No.
They're fucking crazy. If you can get past the yellow and orange food memes, which personally like repulse me, but you have everyone like, it's like a can you top this? I'm gonna fuck with everybody in the chat. I'm gonna fuck with everybody in the meme, and then Soda jumps in and then like takes it to another level of creepy.
Never.
But yeah, it's funny, guys. This is how we are all the time. This is just only 4 hours out of our lives. But like, if you want to,
Actually, none of my coworkers, or I don't know if any of my coworkers actually believe me when I say that the version of me they see at work is not really me. That this one online, that's me. That's closer to actually me. Maybe a little bit less restraint. Some of them don't believe me when I say I use a lot of profanity. They don't believe me when I say I'm a very angry, bitter, resentful person.
Yeah.
That I hate people. That I like to be alone.
Yeah.
Some of them get glimpses of it in the privacy of like some of the smaller offices because I can hide and it's easier to just kind of let it off my chest so I can go back to work. But they don't believe me. That is how, I don't know if I should say good. That is how hardcore I go with that grift. Because, yes, my coworkers deserve the best version of me. And last I checked, me acting like I work at Cracker Barrel's dish pit isn't exactly conducive to nice, friendly, workable conditions. That tends to not work so well. So, they...
I don't think she can see it. Otherwise, she would have reacted by now.
Oh, no, I can.
Oni segment is brought to you by Fabuloso. Fabuloso, Oni's favorite smell.
I will drown you.
Is that a threat or a promise?
I will shove it in your vape.
Oh, that's hero.
Just remember, I have access to the document that has your address.
Not anymore.
I'm sure about that. I'm pretty sure I screenshotted it.
Oh no! No, because my address is in there. Rogue Reagan's
I guess
gonna.
I'll just have to play Russian roulette on who gets to have fun with a Fabuloso Kool-Aid.
Oh,
it's like I hear a knock at the door. It's like, Chief, it's Rogue Raven. I'm here for your massage.
I don't know if I'd even do it with a knock on the door. That's if you're lucky. That depends on the mood I'm in.
She'll slide underneath the door because she's tiny.
Or I'll just come in through the chimney like satanic Santa.
Brings a whole new meaning to the
satanic That's a drawing.
Panic.
That's a drawing we need. Satanic Santa dressed as Oni. You can like see like the mohawk coming underneath the hat and shit. And it's like she looked like mud on her shoes. Is like you're fucked. Like it looked like you're so fucked.
I could just see
a Christmas card with fucking Satan Oni would be great as a giveaway.
Oh god!
Especially if you send it to a church.
Oh no!
Oh. I just had this image of a Christmas themed comic where it's Oni with her
Robot Santa from
mohawk
Futurama
sticking out of the Santa hat, and she's stepping away from a chimney in a toy sack, but it might not be toys. And she just walks in and says, "Merry Christmas, fucker."
The house is on fire, and I've got my flamethrower, and there's just like blood coming out from the sack. That's
God! Welcome to Lagging Out's Christmas special.
Yes.
Rogue Raven's like, what about the Robot Santa from Futurama? I think she should actually hold a decapitated head of Robot Santa, just with like not even a smile, because she doesn't have the ability to do so. So you just put it up like right there, and she's just like staring at the camera with like this glassy like serial killer look, and it'll be great.
Saint Oni.
Saint Oni of anger.
Anyways.
It's always the little ones that you have to watch out for.
So
the patron saint of vengeance, the perfect Oni. That is perfect Oni.
So
I love it when she laughs. It's so fucking great. It's like she laughs. It's infectious because you know it's something we said so evil and so dark to get Oni to laugh at something.
That cat kind of looked like a wolf cub for a minute,
right? Yeah. I agree.
Anyways, so wow.
Hello, Satan. It's Satan.
10 feet of pain in the ass shoved into a 5'4" sack, so it's true.
Oh wow.
There's so many innuendos in that. I love it.
Well, hello there. Hello there.
There's the
sodas in blackface. We get canceled.
There's the diverse and inclusive version of Santa.
Yes,
that's it's soda in blackface. We're getting canceled.
Yep. So
do you think we can find our way back to the topic?
My
Yes.
thoughts. My thoughts. Season 2 of Loki. It's probably going to be okay, but I feel like it's been so long that nobody's going to care. They are going to have lost a lot of viewership. Echo.
I don't agree.
I don't know if that's going to have a big draw. And Ant-Man Quantumania is dropping on Disney Plus, and it was a massive fucking flop.
I'm gonna watch it anyway because I just want to watch it.
I've seen it. I watched it.
And if you guys want a Campers Try Hard shirt, Modern Try Hard shirt, which is my version of making fun of Call of Duty, you could check us out on Spreadshirt.com. The link is below. Or the Garbage Human shirt that our number one fan here, Mariners.
Nova, did you come in late?
I'm sorry for butting in, but he had removed Star Wars? Yeah, he came in late. Yeah, we spoke about that already, buddy.
We talked about that. That's
he's like, oof.
That was last topic, right?
2 hours
ago. That's when I was like
2 hours ago.
That's when I was like dropping 5 pounds next door, like you guys are talking about that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, but welcome if you guys are new. Thank you. If you're returning, welcome back. Lagging Out Live, Chieftain with Blacklight Oni, Hero, Soda, and our special guest is the Mariner. On camera for the first time on Lagging Out, or pretty much ever.
Not the first time, but you'd have to dig to find any other of me on camera.
Give us some fucking...
I don't know what that was.
I don't know either. But yeah, Quantumania, I watched it too. And it's all sorts of weird.
It's all sorts.
I heard a lot of meh.
Yeah, story-wise, it was meh. There's so much there that, as far as like the different kinds of alien races that existed, but there's some very crass humor, some very dumb plot.
Welcome to the Oniverse.
Kang was not scary. He's supposed to be Kang the Conqueror. He was more like who?
Kang the bitch.
Well, not even that. Just who the Conqueror?
Kang the cuck.
He was just a very blasé, unimpressive enemy.
I never saw it, so
like you don't actually understand his motivation until the very end of the film, and even then you're like, I don't understand why.
Weed Kong? What?
Weed Kong? Maybe.
I think you mean the lovely Blacklight Oni.
Shut up. No.
And then he said, couldn't have brain cells. He goes, shut up, lies.
But the movie did have 2 end of credit scenes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, the very, very end one relates to one of our topics here.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know how, because I don't know how it connects, because I've never seen Loki season 1, so.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of people haven't. So
I have. I like Loki. So.
Yeah, I can understand because it released to a lot of good reviews and all that stuff.
People
But
who
I
want to
just
have sex with themselves.
oh my god,
wow.
I just
Well, he
I'm
meets
just
a female version of himself.
Yeah, but it's a different universe.
Yeah,
Fine.
but it's
I
still a
just
female version of
feel
himself.
like it's been long enough to where they're going to have a pretty big drop off, and they're going to need to do something to get a lot of interest back in it.
I mean, Hero hates
That's where
everything,
Guardians of the
so-
Galaxy takes off. It was immensely popular. Even in its second week, it's doing very well.
Yeah, I'm predicting.
So you can renege that last statement that you made.
No, I really can't.
Yeah, you
We're
can.
talking about a
You're-
TV show versus a movie.
I thought you were referring to a Marvel universe in general.
No,
No, you're just talking about Loki. Okay, never mind.
just
then.
Loki itself.
I retract mine. Right, lovely the lovely Magma Soldier and the lovely Oni make a lovely couple.
Yes.
I will stab you.
Whoa.
Said with humor before anyone cancels us. Because no one can take a
Well-
fucking joke, apparently.
Right,
Oni,
exactly.
Take this through the screen.
Oh, please. Like, I need that puny thing. I have a kukri, please.
Mean.
That's not a knife.
I've got-
This is a knife.
I've got plenty
That's
of
a knife.
options, Oni. I got some
Yeah, I also
pretty
have
nice
a
blades
flamethrower.
hanging off the door.
I can warm their... I can warm myself with their crispy body.
Oh god.
The smell of charred flesh rising into the sky like incense.
I had to install
I
extra.
feel like we need to put the picture that I made for Oni up.
Oh yeah, definitely the
T-shirt.
flamethrower
We need to
one.
make that a
Yeah.
t-shirt.
That's the t-shirt that needs to be made, Chieftain.
Have a nice day. Oni will buy a flamethrower, but not. Yeah.
Oh my
that-
god, please don't start this war.
Rogue Raven, you're saying the silent part out loud. Oni will buy a flamethrower, but not internet. Yes, that is correct. All caps.
Mm-hmm.
We've said that before.
I have a message to my madness, though. And
Yes,
I know
you do.
someone in the chat is going to argue this. You can keep your mouth shut. You know who you are.
Magma,
The
don't
reason is...
say
I
do the
don't-
opposite.
Shut the fuck up. The point is, I am currently paying for a storage unit. So
Right.
I currently have things in 3 different states. Not states of matter, but actual like physical states in the United States.
States
Once
of
I
insanity.
actually get a permanent place to live, I can then consolidate all those things. So I won't have a storage unit bill. And that was
Right.
my internet should most certainly be less than my storage unit bill, even though yes, I will have my pets,
Right.
but I pay for them anyways for the most part. So that won't be that big of a deal. And then I can have whatever internet I want. Trust me, that's not my life story. This Rogue Raven, that is but a chapter. Rogue Raven, that is but a chapter of my life. That is
don't need
that.
your life
If I were
story.
to write a life story, there would be so many fucking ironic bits.
I could just
it's
hear Rogue's
insane.
voice. I'm reading
yes, the-
Rogue's comments and I can hear her voice in my head and the inflection. Yes, Oni. Like, kind of like that.
No, she would be batting her eyes at me because she does actually like me somehow. I just don't know how people actually stand me.
Oh my God. I can't even fucking read that. Maybe we should sit down and share our stories in a bubble bath. Nurgle approved, huh? Do you guys need some time alone? Like we'll take a little bit of a break here so you guys can have a man-to-man talk here. So
I mean, it'd probably be. Yo, has anyone actually put bubble bath in a jacuzzi? Or does it break a
kind of
jacuzzi?
let's try to stay on topic here, guys.
You're right.
we're-
Yeah, right.
Yeah, topic.
You're talking about us here.
Didn't know we had it.
Let's try to do a short show because I need to go to work early in the morning, said Blacklight Oni, and this shit happens.
Okay, and we're still going pretty close to time as we usually are.
We are.
Especially because my topic isn't going to take that long. Holy shit, it's almost like we fucking planned this. Oh,
Womp womp.
I must say, I
what
tried to get
happens when
stream.
you do the plan?
How are we not partner? How this? I don't give a shit. This is just fucking entertaining me. I'm in tears. I wouldn't know what to do. Haha, Oni wouldn't know what to do with me in person.
Wow.
Oh God.
Talk?
Go eat snacks? Yes. Talk. That.
I like where this is going.
Giggity.
Mm-hmm. D&D? Dice? Creativity?
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
But when Soda talks about shit like this, people are just like, no, stop, Soda.
No.
Hey, Soda.
Hey, you must be a parking ticket, because you got fine written all over you.
I like your twins encouraging this. Haha. Wait, what?
Hey, Soda.
D&D.
I'm
Hey,
talking to you in my radio voice. To give you an idea, a hint. I think it's your turn to talk.
Oh, is it? What the fuck? No, that can't be right.
Fucking jackass.
Somebody get
Writing
the timer
is
ready.
hard. Yeah, no shit, right? So
You could run,
apparently,
but you can't hide, bitch.
there's a lot of shit going on with The Witcher right now in many different fucking directions, too.
Nap
So,
time.
Witcher 3, if you did not know, comes out, I think, in 10 days. They're doing it I think, so many episodes and then so many episodes. But this is Henry Cavill's last season. So if you don't know who's taking his place, just look it up. It's the gay dude.
He's not gay.
I'm pretty sure he is gay.
He's not gay.
He's gay. He likes the penis.
There's a clip.
I was waiting for that.
But anyway, a lot of people are bitching because it's not as Hero would say canon. But I don't know if there actually is anything after what they went through in season 2 anyway. I'm just thinking from the game's perspective. There's definitely the game ends there. I don't know about the books, but I don't have a problem with them going off. Yeah, as long well, the new dude can still do the then we're good. So that's all fucking matters. But yeah, and Siri too. So, but anyway, they're working on. Like I said, we'll see. Everybody's.
I got pushed out of the way.
Yeah, get the fuck out of the way. Whoa, dude. So anyway, right?
Cameo.
He salutes. You look like my friend from college, Mariner. You look like my friend Art.
Hey. She wants the cameo. She wants to show off her dress.
Oh, sweet.
She looks very fabulous in her dress.
Oh yeah.
Fucking mint.
Insert
Say that again, Oni.
You look very lovely in your dress.
Thank you. I feel lovely.
You're welcome.
I'll go away.
Go away.
Oh,
Why are you still here?
no, that's an asshole thing to do.
And
hit a
see, now this
soundboard
was
and
the
it's
last time we ever heard
Why
of
are you still
Chieftain
here?
because
Uh-oh.
yeah, this was the last time we ever heard of Chieftain because Hero's wife just fucking killed him.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you must be a parking ticket, because you got fine written all over you.
That's what I expect.
That's what I thought. What we thought.
What just happened?
Nothing you need to worry about. Rewatch it later. Watch the
Hey, you must be a
replay.
parking ticket, because you got fine written all over you. I like where this is going.
About to lock the door again.
And suddenly Chieftain has survived for another day.
till next week.
I did it! Yay! Oh, Hero's chair. Has to be quiet now because Hero's back.
Raven, I'm gonna tell my wife that.
Sorry.
Back to The Witcher.
Yeah.
If we can. The Witcher has no boobs to look at, so well.
He got all of 15 seconds in, and then
You're right. Yennefer is hot though. We'll give Yennefer that one. But everybody's bitching and complaining because, like I said, the trailer apparently isn't, what they wanted it to be. But I saw the trailer. They kind of did normal trailer shit. I didn't have any problem with it, but I'm gonna watch it. Well, season 4, if they make it, I'll watch it. But I can't say I'm gonna like it. But they're also working on the video game, which, if you didn't know,
Witcher's a video game?
Yeah, but they make Cyberpunk, and apparently they're working on Witcher 4 and a sequel to Cyberpunk and a spinoff with Siri. So I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna do all that shit?
And not fuck something up in the process.
Yeah, exactly. That's like
Hang on. May I ask a real question?
Sure.
Will they be using the same company that they've used to beta test their games previously that have fucked them over?
They have beta testers.
Or something?
Yeah, it's the customers apparently.
Yeah, that's
It's the one that they advertise saying, "Holy shit, they've been false advertising to us." I think we covered this like almost a year ago or something.
Yes, yes, we did.
I didn't know
They blamed they blamed a good portion of their issues with the release of Cyberpunk on a third-party beta tester team.
I call bullshit on them.
I mean, that's what they said. You're gonna have a lot of corporate speak, anyways. When it
You
comes to
can't blame a beta tester for telling you something's wrong and you don't fix it.
Oh,
all you had to do was
correction.
play
I just remembered.
Cyberpunk. But you play Cyberpunk for 10 minutes and go flying across the fucking map. You know something's wrong with the goddamn game. Not complicated to figure that. I mean, that literally 10 minutes.
Let me correct something. It wasn't the beta testers. It was the QC team, the quality control team.
Okay, now that makes more sense. Because they probably
That's
had
what
like
they were
5
blaming.
people. They had like 5 people in QC probably, if that.
Well, what they blamed was that the third-party QC team was understaffed and failed to inform them and advertise that they had more QC team members than what they actually did.
Oh, okay.
Again, to me, it sounded like a pretty par for the course corporate excuse.
I'm just kind of shocked they're working on another one, and in the Siri game, apparently let go a bunch of their.
Later, Navigator.
Wow,
Have a good night, Navigator.
Yeah, have a good night, bro. But yeah, the Siri project, which I didn't know they were working on a spinoff, which would be kind of cool, but I don't know. They'd have to do basically a whole storyline for that one too, and apparently they're not good at writing, as Chief says. So, yeah, what are they gonna do with that?
I want a lollipop now that Mariner.
I know.
He's been munching on them for like the last hour and a half.
He's like Telly Savalas, man.
He's got his old school ones, man.
I thought it was a cigarette because it looked like there was a light. It's like that's the thinnest fucking cigarette I've ever seen, but it wasn't. It's actually a lollipop.
I needed something to keep my mouth wet so I wouldn't be like talking weird.
Yeah.
This is like Sanji from One Piece with the anime dub in America.
Oh God.
The diet.
It's a diet cigarette.
They actually have one like that.
It's like I'm all prepared. I use this company called Ice Shaker. They make the greatest water bottles. They were on Shark Tank, and it stays cold for 14 hours. These things are amazing. I want to put Lagging Out logos on them and sell them. And it's like we don't get any money from them, but they're awesome. They're like I love it. I've had this for 3 years, and I might be getting another one. And you could laser engrave stuff on the sides now. This is an older one. You can't get this one anymore, but they have nicer ones now.
Sweet.
And then I have just in case if I drink too much, because I drink about like eight of these a day.
Boy, he shits his brains out.
Well, you need to drink a lot of water. Plus, I have like.
Oh, you gotta watch the new show. They make fun of the sauna. It's so bad.
My kidneys are shit. They only run at 78% capacity, so I have to drink water.
Well, that's what you get for doing those steroids.
Yeah, I know, right?
So anyway, I'm hoping everything with The Witcher works out fine because that's one of my favorite series.
Keep on hitting the wrong button. Not labeled.
Right?
My 5 shots aren't labeled.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm so used to hitting 4 for soda, and it's if I'm accidentally going to Mariner, and I'm sorry, Mariner, I'm not trying to call you out or anything. I'm just accidentally hitting the button.
You're fine.
so I kind of think because there's a little bit of additional stuff going on with The Witcher. Ironically, after that PR shitstorm that went down when Henry
Yeah.
Cavill left, and then there was like some anonymous tipster that sent in from allegedly from the show an entire write-up about how Henry Cavill was so hard to work with and he was trying to dictate the direction of the show and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, because that sounds like Henry Cavill, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, he's a gamer, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he did have some things to say, and I'm sure that he was strongly implying, "Hey, we probably shouldn't do it this way," because he's not just a gamer; he's a fan of the source material.
Right.
And from his perspective, hey, you're gonna piss off a lot of people if you don't do this right, guys. And to them, they're going to, of course, blow it up into something that it's not. And the
Hey.
and then here we are, like not even like a week ago, there was a freaking like publicly members of the showrunner team actually said openly, we are sad to see Henry go. We didn't want him to go, but there could but no agreement could could be met. And we wanted him to stay, but he said he had to go and we're gonna miss him. Like they said that he was a joy to work with. So obviously somebody somewhere sent that letter into that podcast like as a lie that they were trying to make him look bad.
What a dick. Well, what a not really surprised either. So
only that's what I was saying. They did fire. They were doing a spinoff of Siri, and that developer fired quite a few main people. So that's what I was saying. I don't know if that one's going to be squashed or not.
I don't know. I think.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
I think
if you don't like the Foo Fighters, you're a Nazi.
Right. Well, they didn't spin off of Nirvana. So.
I just.
Oh, fuck you.
I just feel
What? It
like.
is.
Oh God,
it
so
is
loud.
not.
Yes, the 2 or 3 main people started Foo Fighters are from Nirvana.
I know. I know, but you said it was a knockoff. Didn't you just say that?
Spin-off, knockoff.
Oh,
not
okay.
knockoff.
I would
say that.
honestly say that for this, if season 3 is good, they're gonna be they're definitely releasing it in a way that's gonna be beneficial to them because just dropping the whole fucking season at once is a terrible idea because people are just gonna binge and quit.
Well, it's still gonna be weird seeing somebody other than Henry Cavill because he did such a fucking awesome job.
I wonder if season 4 is still going to be a thing.
And
I definitely don't think that anybody is going to show out for it, but aside from, a small group.
I saw some pictures today when I was researching that showed the new guy, and it just didn't look right. So,
Helmsworth?
yeah.
Liam Hemsworth?
The gay dude, yes.
He's not gay.
Are you sure? Google it.
He's super not gay.
I thought he was gay.
No, he's
Why do you
Australian. I
care?
see how you can confuse the front. I don't know how you
I
can
don't
confuse
care.
the two. Because he,
Good catch.
well, it's like saying to me, it's like, oh, you're a tall blonde person. I'm not tall. I'm not blonde.
I thought you were a Swedish model.
Yeah, exactly. It's just something that's not factually correct. Not the fact that he's gay is anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that if he's not, then stop calling him gay.
Hey, Rogue, that was the initial agreement, but it wasn't officially 5 seasons. It was 3 and 2 options. And he quit after he finished The third season. Filming.
Ah.
Hold on, Google.
He was married to Miley Cyrus.
That makes him gay then.
Was he?
Oh, burn.
At least questionable.
Well,
I'll
I
give
think
you
she's
2 options.
non-binary. I think she's non-binary now from the interview I saw with Howard Stern or heard with Howard Stern.
Not that that amounts to much anymore.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 options.
Well, I mean, there's
His
only 2.
Sexual orientation is not publicly known.
Ah, okay.
Of course.
So we'll just say not either.
Well, if he wants to come on the show and can confirm nor deny his sexual orientation, he's more than happy to do so. This is a safe place for everybody, but we're at the same time equal opportunity offenders.
I'm not even gonna read some of this shit. Wow.
Start that here. I'll put it in your. I'll put you in your place.
Oh, mommy.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Is it lower now?
That's actually better.
Okay, I lowered it.
Still just as distracting.
Good. When you have the ADD brain like we do, anything's distracting.
True.
So keep on hitting that pipe. He's holding it in.
there.
Off topic.
That's what she said. That whole line of reasoning you had was, that's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Off topic. About 2 hours ago, Navigator texted me saying, "Dude, candy after the show." I just now saw it.
The number of times I've eaten on stream constantly is like every fucking show.
Yeah, I totally
So-
would have ignored him.
I mean, we might get a different demographic in here.
Just leave it on red.
those.
Oh my goodness.
Where's Pat?
Ethan, you know, since you make all these jokes and stuff, why don't you just visit your local dungeon to find your next date?
Who was that addressed to?
Huh?
I think me.
Dungeon. You got dungeons by you?
No, we the water table's too high in Florida to have anything that's basement related.
Yeah, I thought so.
My good
For
sir,
sure.
I don't think you understand the networkability of dungeons nowadays. They don't have to be below the ground.
Oh.
Do I have to bring my D20 dice?
The hidden...
No, but you probably should at least introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is.
Sometimes they're called munches.
Bunches.
I am so lost right
We
now.
are old.
I am
Roll
too,
for
a little bit.
initiative, chieftain.
7.
Murder basement.
Didn't make it.
Murder basement. Didn't make it. Your character died. That's what I think when I hear munchies.
We know.
Munches. Yes,
Giggity.
I like where this is going.
Good Lord.
She's gay.
Why did it cut off?
Because I can start and stop it because my setup is awesome.
Oh, dude.
That's also what she said.
Damn. On a roll.
That pull start.
Hold on.
Again, like I said, he should just visit his local dungeon.
Yeah, I'll give him some more money so he can.
Oh!
Give us a fucking.
Oh no.
On lagging out. Go to the dungeon.
I've been to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Of dysentery? Whoa.
God. Thank you for the biddies, Soda. We had a cash out on Twitch this week.
Hell yeah.
That was ridiculous, wasn't it?
It was like almost $90.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. So now we can buy Oni Internet.
Yeah.
You're
I
really
would
trying
pay
to start
almost-
shit, aren't you?
Well,
Yeah.
I could pay for almost a year.
Pretty much. It's really easy to move with internet too. And I like the storage unit thing makes a lot more sense now because they're fucking fleecing Oni basically on that bullshit. I almost want to drive where her storage unit is and rent something and then drive it to Wisconsin for her so she can save the money. Because
My thing is-
that pisses me off when you told me that. That got me mad. So
Well, I mean, it makes sense given the rate of inflation.
Right,
It's
but
just
it's still
annoying.
bullshit. It's bullshit that you have to pay for it, and you started your career and everything, and it's like in another state, and you can't get to it. It's like that's got to be like I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, like because I have OCD with that shit. I'm like I need all my shit in one spot. You know, it's just like I don't have a lot of
Look,
stuff, but
it is stressful. I won't lie and say it's not
Yeah.
stressful. I guess I just function on a higher level of stress. And uncertainty is kind of the name of the game, which is why I try to plan as much as I can because uncertainty will happen.
Right.
But the thing is that if I were to move it over here to Wisconsin, it would cost $2,000 plus
Wow.
just
Well,
to
she's
move
gotta
it,
get it- Sorry.
not to find another storage unit and pay that off, just to move it. And you
Oh.
can't do it during November through February because, well, there's snow on the ground and most trucks are not stupid enough to drive during that time. And there are also a lot of no moving orders for that stuff. So I would rather just move it all to wherever I'm going to live instead of to another storage unit where I'm going to have to move it again.
Is it near your sister?
No,
Okay.
my storage unit is where
So
I used
is it
to
a
live
different
when I
state
lived.
than your sister? Okay.
Yes, my storage unit is not in the same state as where my
Right.
family is.
Right. That's
So
what I was.
that's what I mean by I am in 3 different states. I live here, my family's in another place, and the rest of my shit is in another place. Welcome to hell. This is probably partly why I am partly insane.
Oh, look at that. Rogue Raven volunteered. How nice of you, Rogue.
Oh, that's just nice.
Please.
That's so nice of her to go down there and drive and pick it up and get it to you. That was nice. She's doing it. She's actually getting ready for the trip now.
No, she's not.
Ella's in Michigan, not Wisconsin.
That's
What
true.
about Ohio? Where do we put Ohio in that list?
See, she's referencing an actual city in Michigan. There is an actual city.
Yeah, Hell, Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a hell in Denmark.
Also true. Yeah, I can vouch for what Oni says on moving costs because that's about what it costs for me to relocate from Georgia to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
If I
Also-
relocate to Tallahassee, that would be fun.
Also, well, that would actually very likely be a lesser cost because
Yeah, interstate is cheaper.
yeah. But yeah.
I mean, I can get a U-Haul.
I appreciate all the kindness from everyone. I've got it under control right now. I'd really rather just move it into wherever I'm going to live, not to another storage unit because that's just going to piss me off. It's been sitting where it has been for the last while, so.
I've noticed
Yeah.
a severe influx of storage properties going up.
We got tons around here.
Yeah, like they literally just built one, not even about 2 miles down the street from it, and I thought they were going to put some sort of like a commercial
We
spot
have-
there, storefront or something. No,
Well, I
no.
mean,
What did they
it
do?
makes sense.
Build another fucking storage.
We have one
place.
that's 8 fucking stories tall.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to remember the number of people who can no longer afford homes who must move into smaller apartments or condominiums, let alone townhouses. You're going to have a lot of stuff and you got to downsize.
Yeah, that's
Or
that's true.
in my generation's case, for some of us, the amount of excess compared to what is actually necessary. Or like in my case, not knowing what was going on in your life, so you just put it in where you could, and then you fucked off.
Also true, which costs
What do
just
you
as
mean?
much as a house. Rogue was just kind of co-signing what you were saying there.
No, but
saying
like, why
that-
did Chieftain put the?
I meant to hit the
The-
correct button. I hit the buzzer by.
There we go. Anyways,
I hit.
um,
That's what happens when I don't look down and I hit a button.
there are people. I was
There
just
are-
about to say there's probably people living out of some of these storage units.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there are. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Seen that on
you
YouTube.
could you can get some AC in there. You can live in there. I used to I used to manage a storage unit place, and there was a guy living inside of one of them.
There was a guy who used the what do you call it?
Connexes.
The water from the actual drinking fountain and ran it to his fucking place where he was living.
Wow,
Yeah.
Commitment.
that is
Yeah, he had a little cooker in there, a bed.
hot plate.
Yeah.
That's where we can put the East Sileys.
Oh, jeez.
Basically, he was
Instead of
moving. I think he was moving from his apartment to his house, but he had like 2 or 3 months where he had nowhere to live, so he just got a storage unit.
I know that my
Okay.
housing when I was downrange, when we had our deployment, my housing that I ended up with when I relocated out of
Bless you.
the
Thank you.
the barracks that they set up for all the soldiers, because my wife was also deployed with us, so we ended up being able to get a joint housed area. My housing complex, quote unquote, was about 12 connexes stacked together. If you don't know what a connex is, it's one of those big giant steel storage units that you see on trains all the time.
I seen someone build houses out of those shipping.
Yeah, that's what a connex is.
Yeah,
Shipping container.
shipping container. Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
Everyone answered this question. Like everyone, the chat
Everyone did.
flooded.
Yeah. So if someone wants to read it for us, that'll be great.
I'll go if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
What is Geralt of Rivia's horse's name? Gerbil, Cirilla, or Roach?
Very well done.
I had to do a voice tonight. I could not.
Such a bad influence on everybody. Great job, Mariner. Don't forget to thank our boosters, Actinova, Stormwolf, Song. The Mariner is one of our boosters, and he's on the show tonight. So don't forget to check him out on his very own stream called Deep Dive Gaming. Someone can do a shout out in the chat for him, get him some views so we can have him hit partner. So that way he can help us hit partner because he'll probably hit it first because he's awesome. Hypernova, Tear and Death, and Soda Pop, thank you guys for boosting our Discord. That way we can do like poker night or something like that. I was proposing that we should do like a gaming night once a month on the live.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day before I went to sleep. I'm like, that's a good idea. Completely forgot to mention it at the meeting yesterday. But
I have those bouts of brilliance when I'm half asleep and then I forget what my brilliance was the next day.
yeah, it's just like what was I? Damn it! I'm bringing a notebook of me to the shitters because I come with the greatest ideas either on the shitter or waking up in the morning. Call them a dream. We used to call them dream journals in school.
Yeah.
So, like, but yeah, I always tell my students to do it and I never do it. I don't drink either. I've been wanting a margarita since I started this diet, and I've been like I took my mom out for Mother's Day, and they're like, my mom's like, I'm gonna have a margarita. My dad's like, I'm gonna have a Long Island iced tea, and I'm like, they're both on meds, and I'm just like, I guess I'm driving
every
home.
now and again.
Right.
It's okay
So
every now and again, just not all the time.
Right, but I don't drink unless it's in front of me. You guys know I don't drink unless it's in front of me. So like I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm gonna retain water. I'm not gonna do good at the weigh-in on Thursday. Like 4 days apart. So I'm just like, no, I didn't do it. So I'm glad I didn't, because you'll find out in the Jedi weight loss challenge how good or bad we did later. There's a little bit of a
enemies. It's so much. It's like you dial the entertainment up by a factor of 10 once Oni enters the chat. I'm so glad to see that she's in the chat this time.
yeah, it's good. Now we can't get away with like writing stuff when she doesn't see it.
True too, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you fucking liar.
I fucking dare you.
If you guys actually, it's funny, Black Coyote put the Millennial Tears can in there. If you watch the May the 4th special and watch her shoot the missiles out of the A-10, slow it down really quick. You might see a couple of those shoot into Frosk's mouth in the vent port. I did that on purpose.
She is a vent port. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Oni was like, "Can we just do some of the emojis from the stream?" And I'm like, I said no, right, Oni, because I didn't have time. But then I was like, well, the Millennial Tears can is a emote that we use a lot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like,
All
I'll
the
do
time.
that. And like, our number one priority is, like, in my head, is don't make Oni mad. So I might do a bad job at that sometimes, but
Sometimes.
sometimes. And
Often, frequently.
Intentionally.
but I'll do stuff
Always.
to make her happy. Like, you notice the colors of the names are teal, and that's one of Oni's favorite colors, so I did that for her. But her helmet has teal in it. I was like, yeah, go nuts with the X-Wing stuff. But I did that just so I can say, hey, I was able to do it. And she's in the A10, her favorite all-time aircraft. So do all that stuff for her. But check us out here on Lagging Out in many different socials. A big shout out to Rogue Raven helping doing our social media and posting that stuff. You're doing an amazing job, and we love you.
Okay.
Stu and I are going to be working on something for YouTube.
Awesome. Fantastic. I can't wait to see it. What was I going to say? I don't remember. It couldn't have been that important. But yeah, check us out in all these socials, and it'd be great. Sued by the shareholders.
Oh,
Dun
right.
dun
From New
dun.
York, fucking fight me.
Yeah, I am from New York. Fight me.
Wah, wah, wah.
Get busy.
Pretty
get
much.
down. Yeah. So what is the context here? Well, I just noticed this guy's got like some flakes on his collar here.
Yeah.
Is that
I don't know.
got some
So,
fucking dandruff there, buddy?
So unfortunately, this slide is slightly inaccurate to no fault of Badgers. Don't apologize for no. Wait, she's not even there. She's at work. But
No,
Iger
she's
is
not.
not. Oh,
Look at the time. Look
well,
at the time.
I'll be honest. I don't know her exact schedule.
10:30.
I just know
It's
she
all
said she
but
had
9.
work today. But Iger is not included in the lawsuit. Specifically,
he's not.
The shareholders are suing Chapek and the CFO. By the way, the CFO was kind of responsible for ousting Chapek. She also got an $11 billion bonus during the height of the pandemic for helping bring such financial success. Oh no, it had nothing to do with the 70,000 Disney employees that they laid off or the multi-billion-dollar loan they took out that was going to cause them to not be profitable for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
But hey,
In the 2,000 jobs that they said that employees couldn't relocate from California to Florida, and then blamed DeSantis for it.
yeah. Never mind.
There was
the
just some
fact-
idiot on Twitter tried to pull that, like, fuck around and find out. And I was like, I'm going on the Lagging Out thing and say, I thought you guys hated big corporations, but oh, that's right. When they're going against a Republican, then you go, then you can go against then you're with the corporation asking for a friend, and that's why I responded to this guy, and the guy never commented back, and we got like make some sense, like, stay in your lane, asshole. Don't listen. Like, everyone's like all commenting on us. Oh, we need to show Oni. We need to show Oni that HR rep leg. Yeah, right.
But yeah, the CFO is included, and a couple other chairs are included. But the lawsuit is basically alleging that Disney was playing their Disney magic with the numbers for Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
they were playing musical chairs with dollar bills, throwing money from one project to another to make Disney Plus look like it was being more successful than it was, and pulling it from advertisement, from marketing for movies.
Give us
and
some
stuff
fucking
like that.
money.
that's kind of where this lawsuit is. Yeah.
Give us some fucking.
I found that music and I didn't know the name of the song. So I'm like, hey, that's the theme song for Apprentice. So I looked up Apprentice theme song and it showed me season 5 of The Apprentice. It's like Trump walking really slow from his helicopter. And I'm like, people would be so mad if they know I found it like that, but now I don't care because it works and everyone likes the new
When
music.
it comes to things regarding Trump, do you ever really care if people get mad?
No, I don't care. Like I fuck around and find out, and I always win.
Yeah. So yeah. Comments, questions, concerns, bitches, gripes.
I have a question about this. Is it a class action lawsuit? Because I am a stockholder, and can I sue them?
If anything, you would just be filling out paperwork to join in, and
Yeah.
a quick Google might give me the answer.
Yeah, I know there
please.
was some sort of settlement with another company. I think Lagging Out's getting money from Facebook from a class action suit that they did. I think we're getting stuff from there too. So it's just like they're like, if you want your money, just fill this out. I'm like, all right. Like Lagging Out, facebook.com/lagging out. I'm like, all right. It might be only like $10, but it's something that we didn't have before. I think it's because they were suppressing stuff. I don't know what the whole thing was with Facebook. Drink up, bitches.
It is a class action lawsuit.
Because I have
Lead plaintiff
quite a bit of stock in
deadline.
Disney. I've been losing my shirt with Disney the last 3 years.
Because of Biden, though.
Let's see. Class
Yeah.
period December
Fucking
10th,
retard.
2020 to November 8th, 2022. And you're a shareholder during that time, I'm assuming. So
Yeah, I've been a shareholder since 93.
God
Since-
damn.
Yeah. My parents got it for me in in the 80s, late 80s. It's split twice. I think I have almost 100 shares.
That's
It's not that much, dude. It's not that it went up to like 100 a share, then it would split. Or it went to 68 and then it split, and it was like at 30 for like years, and then it went up to like 60 and then split again.
You say it's not a lot, but if you got 100 shares at currently it's around the $90 range.
Yeah. It's not a lot. It's like what, 20 grand? My
Not a
math
lot.
right, Oni? I don't know. I'm not good at math.
Lead plaintiff deadline is July 11th of this year.
That's my mom's birthday. 7-Eleven.
Let's see.
I gotta tell my folks because they have stock as well in it.
What this means as a shareholder. If you have suffered a loss in Disney, you have until July 11th, 2023 to petition the court for lead plaintiff status. Your ability to share in any recovery doesn't require that you serve as a lead plaintiff.
Oh, I don't think I have enough stock to do that.
You have share. So
yeah, but I'm
your
not a
ability-
lead shareholder though.
No, it doesn't say lead shareholder. It says if you have suffered a loss in Disney, you have until July 11th to petition the court for lead plaintiff status.
I'll do that then.
Your ability to share in any recovery does not require that you serve as a lead plaintiff. So you will get paid out whether you file or not. At no cost to you, if you purchase Disney securities during the relevant period, you may be entitled to compensation without payment of any out-of-pocket fees.
Yeah, I haven't got a dividend in like years from them. I haven't made any money from that fucking
How
stock.
long has it been since they've done dividends? I think they cut it off during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I haven't received any because they haven't been the last 3 films, like fucking Lightyear. What was the other one with like
more
some
than
weird
3, sir? Because you had Lightyear, Strange World.
That's it. Strange World. I couldn't think of the other one.
Lightyear, Strange World, Ant-Man. What else? Well, now Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Is
next
Red
one.
okay?
Say again.
Or Seeing Red, whatever
Seeing Red?
the Red Panda movie.
Yeah, that didn't do that.
I
Broke
think it
even or
did.
something.
Yeah, I think it might have broke even barely.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 seems to be doing okay.
It
yes,
is.
to its credit, from everything I've seen, heard, and looked at, their numbers are doing decent. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna kind of throw a number out there between, I'm gonna say between 600 million and 800 million, maybe.
Really, that much?
Well,
On
it's
the
made
high
over
end,
500 at this point.
has it? Let me.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
someone.
Oh, yeah.
I had an old dog Marine come up to me. He's in his 70s. He's like, "Did you see it yet?" He's like, "It's amazing. You got to go see it, dude. I know you like that stuff." He was like, "I'm like, all right."
I have heard that it is very good. Although some news outlets are going, the way they portrayed thus and such was too harsh, and it's like, is it do you just not like it because it's graphic, or do you not like it because it makes you feel guilty because those are the very products that you purchase that require that type of testing?
Right.
It's okay to show different types of violence towards certain people, but heaven forbid it's toward a group you feel delicate towards. It's bad.
So
Reality is often disappointing.
they are just under 530 million at the box office currently.
Did you see it, Mariner?
I probably not gonna see it until it hits Disney Plus. Honestly,
You're the same way I am. I'm like, yeah, that's probably it's gonna happen
Yeah.
to me too. I have to go out and like talk to
Well,
people. No.
it's not that. I despise
I know.
movie houses because like the distributors dictate the ticket prices, and so
Yeah.
the movie houses have to hike up the prices
Okay.
of popcorn and soda and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. fuck
Okay,
soda.
I think my prediction is pretty safe. I don't think it's going to bottom out at 650 million anymore. If I
But
was going
it's
to
gonna-
give it,
It's gonna beat Mario.
I doubt that.
Whoa.
You're looking at 1.2 billion. Mario's made about as much as what it's going to make, but I think Guardians will. I'm going to say it now. I think it has a shot at $1 billion though.
A little too late though.
Whoa.
Like, who doesn't like Chris Pratt? He's like, everyone likes him because he's a nice dude.
Twitter, but Twitter's not a real
Twitter,
place.
Twitter's not a real place. I love Twitter now because now they fact check everybody and not just one group of people.
Oh my
Like,
God.
yeah, fact check everybody. It's great. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, then yes, fact check me. I did something wrong. You don't like Chris Pratt? Oh my God. How could you not like Chris Pratt?
Wow.
He's a super nice guy. He don't bother nobody. He keeps to himself.
Parks and Recreation was.
Yeah, Parks and Rec he was good in.
She just
You don't care.
for
Hey,
him.
hey, you're allowed to have that opinion.
But she doesn't like the sausage either. So.
And we're not going to judge you for that. What does sausage have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Yeah.
No,
Nothing. She's going to get you later anyway, so.
Oh,
Don't give you
she's got a
shit.
quip ready. I think she's got it in the pipeline.
I'm hoping she just.
Yeah,
didn't
I
hear it.
get that. I'm not saying he isn't funny. There's just something about him I don't like. I get that. That's fair. That's fair.
There's some people out there that they just have that punchable face.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like that with
Like
Billie
me.
Eilish.
Billie
Oh, yeah.
Eilish.
Quit
Yeah, Billie
lying to
Eilish like
yourself.
just like looks like someone that needs a punch in the face. I don't know.
Oh, wow. That's
No, she has like this like look like she's always pissed off. No, I think I know somebody like
Resting
that.
bitch face.
I think I know somebody like that.
Yeah, because it takes one to know one, chieftain.
There you go. All right, moving on. Babylon 5, the Renaissance. Renaissance meaning what, everybody? What does Renaissance mean from school?
Rebirth.
Does it? Yes, rebirth. That is correct. 5 points for Blacklight Oni.
Hooray.
This is
No
the
monetary
first I've-
value.
This is the first I've actually heard of this.
Covered in
Yeah.
maple
What?
Yeah.
Oh boy, okay. Well,
Not
for
rough.
anyone who may have heard of some super nerdy shit back in the 80s and 90s, you will have heard of Babylon 5. Babylon
No,
5,
I mean,
of course.
I haven't heard about the thing you're going to be talking about. I
Oh, no,
love
I know.
Babylon 5. Oh, okay.
I know, but this is an intro for people who haven't heard of Babylon 5.
I will shut up.
No, you're good. Kind of niche because unfortunately it didn't really have the biggest following. Let's remember 80s and 90s were inundated with a lot of sci-fi things, from Star Trek to Stargate to Starship Troopers coming out at some point, which we're not going to talk about those. And of course, Babylon 5.
Denise Richards. Mm.
Now, unfortunately, several of the key players of Babylon 5 are no longer with us. But that doesn't mean that there aren't still people who are keeping that dream alive. It did spawn, if I recall, an RPG, TTRPG, that is. So
I vaguely, yeah.
Short-lived.
Yeah, so it did exist. However, apparently quietly, depending on which groups you follow, the original creator has been working on an animated movie to come out this summer. There's still no release date yet. That is literally how hush-hush this is. There is no trailer, just word of mouth and interviews.
Trust me, I tried to find a trailer.
There is a Babylon 5 The Road Home animated movie coming out. And they will be following a character from season 3 who goes kind of dimensional hopping to essentially find the meaning of the universe. And several voices will be coming back, and several voices will be, of course, played by new people because those actors or actresses are no longer with us. They also apparently
Where'd they go?
have
Compton.
Oh.
as in they died.
Well, yeah, Compton.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Apparently also there is and bear with me now, everyone, when I say this, a CW reboot of Babylon 5 in the works.
This I heard about. This I'm not looking forward to.
This is The Road Home is not related. Babylon 5, The Road Home is completely separate, different storyline, unrelated to the CW, whatever the fuck's going to happen with that, which I think we can all agree more than likely going to be a shit show. But
well, considering that Warner had to pay Nextstar to buy it off of them, how do you do a sale and you say, please take this from us and here's a couple $1 million to go with it?
So did
it's like that Bud Light thing.
Literally just do the whole, I'll suck your dick for $5.
Whoa. What? Dick? Penis? What? Suck? Oh.
What?
Yeah,
Another clip? They're going to have to edit tomorrow? What? Huh?
Oh, sounds like a you problem.
Wow. It is a me problem.
Babylon 5 is apparently possibly sort of coming back with this new technology that we have available to a broader audience. Maybe some of the aesthetic will be updated. F for Rogue Raven. Big F in the chat. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts, because I know I have coworkers who remember watching Babylon 5 on TV and falling in love with the story. But I also know people who couldn't really get into it. So, again, super niche.
Is this character only from season 3 that this is supposed to follow, or did they make it into season 4?
This was a character who was from the beginning, but then they changed actors because that actor had like another gig coming up. So changed. I think I never remember the guy's name because every time I read it, if you guess this character, I will be fucking impressed.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to think who in season 3 changed. They changed the character who was blah, blah, blah. So the actor changed, but the character remained?
Correct. Until about, I think what I read was season 3, because that character's story arc ended, and it ended with them trying to find their correct timeline.
Oh, it's a tough one. I haven't watched Babylon 5 in a while. Oh, no. Maybe. Natov?
I don't think so.
Okay.
The actor is still alive.
Actor or
actor-
actress?
Actor.
Actor. Okay. So not who I was
Yes.
thinking of.
No. So this character is the actor and the character are still alive.
Well, that's not going to help me. Well, it might help me.
Um,
The character. Ooh, this is so tough. Oni, you're going to have to tell me after the stream because I want to. Or you could tell me now, I guess. But yeah, I'm
give me a
drawing
second.
blanks. Hmm. Who what?
Give me a second, because I never remember the name. Because oh my gosh, this was not originally my wheelhouse. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Bitch! Shit, where did I post this thing? Holy shit!
I'll keep
Oh
thinking.
my goodness gracious! Dun, 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 dun. Still trying to fucking find it.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, give me a second. Yes. Open the link. John Sheridan.
That what?
John Sheridan, played by Bruce Boxleitner.
There was no actor change for Sheridan. It was Bruce Boxleitner.
Allegedly there was, but it was like after the first season, I think.
Well, was this more like a Voyager situation where they hired one actress to do Janeway and then she couldn't do it, so they hired someone else?
I don't think so.
Because Bruce Boxleitner has been John Sheridan from day one.
No, according to this, it says this is by inverse. There's a bit to unpack here. First of all, the fact that the character of Jeffrey Sinclair is appearing is really interesting. Oh, wait. Fans will remember that Sinclair was the lead of Babylon 5 in season 1, but was replaced by Bruce Boxleitner as Sheridan when Michael O'Hare left the show.
Right.
O'Hare later returned in season 3. Those later revealed that Sinclair was part of. Oh my goodness gracious! I'm not going to read that shit. Holy crap! That went down the rabbit hole real fucking fast.
Yeah. So
and we.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What you're saying now does not line up with what was said before.
Mhm.
Okay. My apologies. Again, I am not an OG Babylon 5 fan, so this is like, okay, I got interested because it was fascinating. Then I'm like, I don't know a lot of this lore. I'm pulling this shit out of my ass. So I apologize. Didn't mean to cause confusion. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But would you watch the animated movie?
I would watch the animated
Absolutely.
movie. Totally.
Absolutely.
CW series, we shall watch The Fire from Afar.
Tentatively. I'll wait for
actually-
reviews on that one.
I actually think that might die before production.
Good question, Raven. She might have been. It was a
Maybe.
90s show.
She
It
might have been.
premiered in the 80s.
Babylon 5 was in the 80s?
No, Babylon 5 was in the 90s.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say it was definitely in the 90s.
mid 90s. I call that era the golden age of sci-fi because, like Oni said, there was every
Star
network
Trek
had a
didn't-
sci-fi show.
Firefly, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Firefly was really
Firefly was 2003.
Right,
Oh, I
and
thought
then
it was
there
90s.
It was also the death knell of the golden age of sci-fi. All the networks were starting to kill off their shows by then, or hired bad writers to do their shows by then.
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap was actually good, but
Amazing.
it
I
was
was mad that
early.
it never.
Scott Bakula.
They owe us a better
One
ending
handsome
to that
fellow.
show.
They do owe us a better ending to that show because it ended off of on a cliffhanger.
I hated that.
And a super downer note too.
Oh yeah.
Firefly.
They tried to no.
Well, that too.
Quantum Leap.
That was horrible too.
But yeah, to come back to the topic here at hand, I don't know, just based off of the 2 articles that I posted there in our little Zoom chat there, I don't know that the Babylon 5 series, the resurgence, whatever you want to call it, is going to happen at the hands of the CW, because based on the article I was just looking at, Nexstar is aiming to make CW profitable, and they've canceled basically all but 5 shows that are currently running off of the CW.
Wow.
One of
Yeah,
which
no,
is Superman
Nexstar
and
is-
Lois.
That might actually be a good sign though, because it means that they might actually, knowing the cult following of Babylon 5, I would hope, actually do it justice. I mean, if
Well-
J. Michael Straczynski's involved, it's got potential.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that. I just being that CW's had its reputation that it's had, they better fucking clean house with their worthless ass writers. Based on the numbers, the CW hasn't been profitable in damn near 10 years.
That's crazy.
And I actually shared an article in the Discord where someone was complaining about all the shows being canceled and stuff. And all I can think of is, yeah, that's how it works. You can't make anything if you don't have money. And if you have too many things that don't actually turn a profit, and again, that's what matters is the profit, the stuff left over after you've paid your taxes, after you've paid your bills, after you've paid everybody.
Yep. And if
You
you're in
know,
the red at the end of that, well,
you're fucked. And they've been in the red for so long. They're starting way behind the 8 ball. They need to make change fast. They are so deep in the hole that if they do
Giggity,
anything
giggity,
but cut
giggity.
things, they are going to be buried. So,
CW
you know, people
itself,
can complain all they
yes.
want. People can complain all they want about they're trying to do all this change so fast. They're trying to get rid of the shows. What about the diversity and inclusion? It hasn't fucking made the money. So that's going to be the first thing on the chopping block. Hate to break it to you. But
Yep.
this was the reputation that they set themselves up for. And that was all they had set themselves up for. It wasn't about the stories. It wasn't about making money.
Mm-mm.
It was about the brownie points they felt they could have. But here's the thing. World doesn't run on brownie points.
Nope.
So, and especially in an industry where you work on a deficit
Oh yeah.
in order to make the profit, you need to be very decisive and very good at what you do. So, not surprised, but guess we'll see. But
I know.
I just thought it was really interesting that, you know, there was news about Babylon 5 of all things.
Right? It's crazy, right?
And maybe it won't
Well,
fucking suck.
Do you
we're getting to
actually
the
have
point.
the name, Oni, of the
I'm
person?
sorry?
Do you actually have the name, Oni, of the person who this is going to be centered around? Because the only person I
I
can
did.
think of who I want to say it's going to be about would be Marcus. But
They were saying it was, I think, what did I say? John.
John, well, I mean, John Sheridan,
The Glazamo.
it makes sense that it would be about him, centered around
But it
him.
will feature a lot of the other characters. Okay.
Michael Garibaldi.
No clue.
No, he
but-
was,
Anybody
mean-
with a Googleology degree, please look it up.
yeah.
So,
It's
I'm
also
looking
in
for
the article, but I
Googleologists
only have
here.
2 screens. But yeah, most of the original characters will be there, whether or not they're played by the original actors and actresses. It's determined by if they're, you know, still alive.
I
So
think at least 3 are dead. So yeah, that'll be some
Yeah.
casting there.
yeah,
4,
there
actually, now
was.
that I think of it.
Yep. From what I heard, it's 4, but we'll see. Given that it's a one-off movie and it's animated, I'm hoping they can do it justice. Especially because they're going about with a broader idea of the meaning of life. You know, the reasons for why we exist. And I think it could be something very, very sweet, especially for the fans of a show that hasn't been on air in almost 30 years. You know, it could be a really nice, just a nice way to end it instead of whatever they got in the 90s. But also in times like this where things are difficult and a lot of people don't have a sense of purpose, something in the form of a TV show, an animated TV show or movie,
Jeffrey Sinclair.
to kind of go into that could be
Jeffrey
really
Dahmer?
fun.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Mojo here is saying the original commander of Babylon 5 was Commander Jeffrey Sinclair, played by O'Hare. Sheridan didn't come in until start of season 2.
Right. I was thinking it was Sinclair who came in for a couple of episodes in season 3, and they could be focused on his character, who they would have to recast. But it kind of makes sense that it would be him, based on the character arc of Sinclair in the series.
So a little bit of thought here, just my tinfoil hat, if you will.
Got a lot of those.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. I got a
I
couple.
buy mine at Sam's Club, so I got like a surplus of aluminum.
Yeah.
I
So
like chewing on it.
Jesus, that sounds painful.
Well,
You ever do that with a filling?
yeah, all the time.
So Hollywood has just finished.
You don't have filling soda.
God damn.
Just got that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hollywood has been strip mining the 80s IP for quite a few years now. It's only natural that they progress to the 90s. So, hey, everybody, check it out. Hollywood's coming for your childhood again, guys.
Uh-oh.
It's your turn.
Oh boy.
now.
Yeah. Like did it already destroy my childhood with Transformers, G.I. Joe movies?
Yep.
You know, like
Snake
shit in
Eyes
my
was
childhood.
trash.
What's that?
Snake Eyes was trash.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You said you were going to.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the video of the voice actor of Optimus Prime
Give us
explaining
some fucking.
how he came to come up with that voice?
I have not.
Oh my gosh. At some point you need to watch it.
Thank you for the
It is-
donation, Rogue Raven.
Thank you.
100 biddies.
The story and the way he explains it is absolutely beautiful. And I'm not going to lie, the comments to those videos are usually absolutely fantastic. But to summarize, the voice actor for Optimus Prime
I
came up with it.
Optimus Prime.
Well, here's the thing. He came up with it because he was talking to his brother who'd just come home from his tour in Vietnam. His brother who served in the Marine Corps. And he looked up to his brother, idolized his brother. And so his brother took an interest in, his younger brother because he cared. And so he had an audition. And he's like, hey, I heard you have an audition. What's it for? Yeah, don't laugh. I'm going to be playing a truck. I'm going to be auditioning for the role of a truck.
Already.
And, they wanted to be some sort of leader, all this. And his brother leans forward and he goes, look, you need a good leader, a great leader, knows how to be soft, how to be kind and gentle. They give that peace to their people. And he was on his drive home to the audition, and he kept having that ring in his head. So when he went to go to the audition and he started reading the lines of Optimus Prime, it was almost like he was channeling his brother through his lines, this gentle voice, but a commanding voice. And, he left, said thanks, left, went home, heard nothing for a while. Then he got a call from his agent going, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't know. What do you mean? You got the role for Optimus Prime. So, you better get ready to start getting to work. And so that's how we started getting voices like, I am Optimus Prime. I come from the planet Cybertron. And he goes on this monologue. And then in the chat, though, you'll see in the comments, not only do you hear the ringing of Optimus Prime, but now you hear Chester Bennington in New Divide by Linkin Park. Excellent song, by the way.
Nice, yes.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Wild that we're getting new releases from an album that was like 20 years ago.
You've got the touch.
You got the power.
You got the power. Thank you. This is why Mariner's on the show tonight.
hearing how these characters come about, I think, is almost as important as the stories that are told, because it's just that little bit more. Because like with Optimus Prime, for starters, that's such an iconic voice,
Yeah, it
and
is.
two, the story of where he got the inspiration wasn't from this, battle-hardened general. It was from his brother, whom he idolized, who he saw as his hero. And that there is something that is so personal that you can't fake that shit. So if you ever have time and you ever want to cry, watch that video. Holy shit, it's good. Because it was just a fan asking, where did you get the inspiration for the voice of Optimus Prime? And the whole crowd, as soon as he says, I am Optimus Prime, like everyone's just, losing their shit. They're amazed. So sorry, I don't remember where that fucking came from, but I saw it like last week.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Don't
That's a
desecrate
no.
him, please.
You might qualify as a minicron.
Minicrons.
Sweet.
I was more a Star Trek Next Generation guy than Babylon 5, but I still liked the
I was practically everything. I watched almost all of it.
You always hear the stories about people who are like the fandoms that were feuding, like, oh, you're either a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan. You're either a next gen fan or you're an original fan, or you like this or this. And I'm like, no, dude, they were all fucking good.
Wasn't Babylon 5 on a cable channel?
Yeah.
Probably.
It was,
If it was,
it was on the network. It's really confusing how Babylon 5, like, technically I probably shouldn't have been able to watch Babylon 5 when it first aired, but some network that made the show, like, sold it to a bunch of different networks that rebroadcast it. It kept moving time slots. It was almost impossible to find some weeks, but we found it. We were committed to watching that story.
Damn.
I heard it was a good show. I just never.
I don't think I've
I
ever
don't
watched
hate it. I just never watched it. And
at the
I don't
time,
even.
At the time, I think it caught some flack because it was a story, a four. Like originally, I think it was started out to be a 5-season story arc, but then because the network that was originally making it had to cancel it after season 4, Straczynski had to compress season 3 and season 4 and 5 into one season, and then when TNT picked it up, they gave it a new season. But Straczynski, of the seasons, I think the 5th was probably the worst one because
your buddy Mojo says the same thing.
Oh, she do? Oh, cool. Anyways, but yeah, it's a really interesting sort of rabbit hole to go down to find out, to see how Babylon 5 was made, how people were actually able to see it, and the issues it had with being a one of a kind sort of idea at the time of a series that you didn't get the payoff from the first season until the 4th season. Like
that's how they get you. Well, that's how the good ones get you.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing, is the reason it's got such a fan base now is because the people who stuck around through all 4 seasons got the payoff at the end. And then people who watched it after it had completed, could, I mean, the term is binge watching now, but back then you couldn't really binge watch it, but it was in reruns on places. So
That's how Soda watches shit now. He just even though everything runs at, he's like, I'm gonna wait and binge watch it all at once. Watch it like once a week, like everyone else, because that way you can talk about it on the show. No, his fucking OCD kicks in, and he's got to take his like bar of shit because he has an anxiety attack. If he watches the first show, he can't wait a whole fucking week for the second show. What the What? How did you even grow up in the 80s, bro?
That's the point. We had to do that shit when we were younger. We don't have to do it now.
I don't have to do it anymore. God damn it, Chieftain. So shut up.
I honestly didn't get to watch TV much because I was always, sports.
I can see both sides. I was like Soda.
Yeah.
To watch it. Go week to week. But then it was, the nice thing is shows made back then, they were episodic, one story per episode. You didn't have all these
18, buddy.
Yeah, you didn't have to like end on a cliffhanger and wait till the next week to watch it, or end the season on a cliffhanger and wait all summer and debate on whether or not Riker actually had the Enterprise fire on the Borg, whether Picard lived through that. That was I still remember
Right.
the debate we had that summer. After
Number
Riker
one,
goes,
I command you to do a number 2.
"Fire."
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. Fire. I remember we used to watch Star Trek The Next Generation because it was on Saturdays.
Yeah.
From what I remember. And I remember eating Chinese food in the kitchen watching The Next Generation with my family, and we'd watch it all together there. And I was just like, this is like after Star Wars has come and gone, you know, like there's like back when like life was better, when the original trilogy was the only thing you had and it was the best thing, and then they destroyed it. But
I'm sorry. I actually liked the prequels. So
yeah, you're in a
now looking
minority.
You like them
You're-
now because you've seen how worse it got.
exactly, that's true.
No,
It-
I
it's a
liked
ge-
them when they came out because I loved the freaking production of them. It might have been freaking cheesy and overdone with CG, but I actually liked them.
It's a generational thing.
Probably.
The reason why you liked it is because you're 10 years younger than me. The reason why I liked the original ones because I'm older than you, and that's all I had. And then like we saw that, and we were like, oh, I was them little bitches that like just got out of like school with an animation degree and thought my shit didn't stink and thought it was horrible and all that stuff. Like until life kicks you in the ass and you start producing shots for a movie and realize how hard it really is, then you appreciate it later. But I cannot watch episode 1 all the way through. If I started at 7 p.m. at night, I fall asleep halfway through because I am bored by it.
Damn.
Wow.
That's so wizard, Annie. Who says that shit? Stop creating slang. That's so wizard. Shut the fuck up, kid.
Whoa.
I just
That was just driving me crazy.
yeah.
But
will
I
admit
watch
the
it now, it's
dialogue
fine.
the dialogue was bad, and like there was a lot.
I mean,
of
it's
things
fine.
that were disjointed. But I liked what I saw. Like looking back at it, I probably couldn't sit down and watch the whole thing all at once like I could back then. I actually watched that shit in theaters.
Back in my day, George Lucas filmed things on the top of a dumpster.
Yeah.
pull
Meanwhile,
things out of a
Disney's
dumpster.
filming things inside of a dumpster.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for stepping on my joke.
Oh.
Oh, now you know how we feel all the time, Mariner. Go ahead and say it again.
He said it better than I did, anyways.
I personally like our trench run with Oni better than the trench run. So
Oh,
she actually knows how to ride. She don't need the force. She just wills shit to go in. Says fuck you, fuck the force. I'm not a force wielder. You will go in. You will go in the vent shaft.
That's what she said.
I tried to clean that up so she wouldn't say that's what she said, but I couldn't do it.
If you leave that door cracked just a little bit, I will burst your life Kool-Aid Man.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It was inevitable.
Yeah.
You got to understand that Oni is inevitable.
Yes.
I am inevitable.
Oni
It's like-
happens.
It's like
Well,
we have an
Oni's-
army. We have an Oni.
Oh God, Raven. Oh God.
I will Oni to go.
I
I will
Oni to
Oni
go in.
to go in. Yeah.
This is
the
the
way.
way.
This the way.
Good.
Oh my god.
Do it now.
Do you know? Hey, hero. Do you know what time it is?
Oh yeah.
It's time for the Fat Jedi Challenge.
Sweet.
Man, Kenny, if I can get a head the shot. There you go.
Kitty.
Oh yeah. So let's see what we have. Here's the breakdown. Our starting weights were a very beefy 219 and 228. Our goals are 203 for Chieftain, and for Hero it is 195.
Dun,
Last Last week's weigh-ins were pretty good. Chieftain was at 216.8 pounds, and the Mighty Hero was at all deuces at 222.
Sweet.
we at now?
So now, what are we at now? Does anyone have any guesses? Did we go up? Did we go down? Go ahead and guess in the chat.
Uh-oh. No, it didn't want to work with us there.
Oh, it's a double downer.
It's a double downer, which is an upper, which is a good thing.
Fun fact.
Double negative, so it's a positive.
Fun fact.
We both almost lost 2 pounds each.
Yeah. Fun fact, I am roughly at the weight I was towards the end of my time in the army.
Nice. Hey.
However, I don't want to try and find out if I fit into my old uniforms.
And people at the gym, I told them about this, and they're like, "You're doing it?" Yeah, it's like we're putting ourselves out there for other people that, you know, maybe are afraid to go to the gym, or they have some body dysmorphia issues and they don't think they don't look good because they see stuff filtered on social media. Fuck them, dude. You're a beautiful person. No, it doesn't matter how big you are, but if you want to improve yourself, if you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, you want to do all that fun stuff, we're doing it. And I worked 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Hero's got 2 jobs. He's got a little one and a full-time job. So he's on his Bowflex, and he's doing his Thai bow and doing all that stuff. And I don't know about you, Hero, but my joints were killing me on Monday. I woke up and I heard Rice Krispies, and I don't have that cereal in my house. And I was like, oh, my hips hurt, my knees hurt. I'm like, I gotta go. I'm like, I took anti-inflammatories. I took pain meds. I'm like, I gotta get there. But my stomach doesn't look any smaller, but I'm getting lighter. So 215 is better than 219. And I don't have a lot more to go. You have what, 25 to go? If my math is right.
Yeah.
I have what, 12?
A million.
Yeah, 12. 203. If I can get under 200, I'll try to, but I'm not going to kill myself.
Well, I think you can do it, sir.
I think you can do it. I think you're going to be losing it a lot faster than me, to be honest. I'm like 10 years older than you, so it's a little bit harder for me to lose. I've noticed that, like, usually at this point, like 6 weeks in, or like 4 or 5 weeks in, I would already have dropped 8-9 pounds. So
yeah, I do understand and agree with your point there. I also have a history of not so healthily dropping weight. I wrestled in high school, so I know the definition of unhealthy weight loss.
Yeah, I weighed myself dehydrated. I weighed myself after running 3 miles and not drinking water, and then weighed myself.
You should go weigh yourself now.
I'm bloated now. I had a lot to eat today, so I'm retaining water. I had a lot of salt in it. That's why I'm drinking a lot of water. Oh, Rogue Raven's an army brat.
Yes,
Didn't know that. How about that?
Wow.
I'm not surprised. But I sounded surprised, but I found it interesting. And if she's in the Cincinnati area, the Yankees beat the Cincinnati Reds today. So I don't know if she's closer to Cleveland, but
Cleveland.
No one cares. All they know is like Rey Mysterio on Soda's team is coming back.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Altuve.
Yeah.
They call him Rey Mysterio.
Funny.
But yeah, we're doing good, guys, and we appreciate all your support on social media and on our lives for our Fat Jedi Challenge. We're gonna be the skinny Jedis at the end. They're gonna put us in the game, and then we're gonna be playable characters for Mariner.
Yeah,
So,
there we go.
Yeah.
DLC
I think we
lagging out.
Yeah, we both got purple lightsabers, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
You could
I don't
qualify
have a-
my dual lightsabers as purple.
Oh, you're red and blue, right?
Yep.
I don't
What
have
were you gonna say, Myrna?
lightsabers anymore. They broke.
Yeah, I have to put a new battery in mine. Like, we were looking stuff on. Anyway, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Hero, my Etsy got hacked.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
they shut it down. They're like, oh, this is coming from another country, so we shut it down. I had it. They shut it down. I changed the password once, and they broke the password again, like in an hour. But then I had to completely change it.
Wow.
So, assholes. They have nothing else better to do. It's just a Mandalorian helmet.
Right.
In one of my favorites, and like batarangs and like stupid like boy shit, you know. But yeah, if you're not into the long format of lagging out and you want to see the non-contextual jokes, maybe only saying "these nuts," you want to check us out on TikTok at @laggin_out TikTok. We have one a day, right, Raven? We still do that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nova finally shows up again.
Thank you, Nova. Yeah, because we were done with the Marvel conversation, so he came back in.
Yeah, like what, 2 hours ago.
He's got an honest gripe about it. He's explained it to us. I've been outside. Well,
Give us some fucking.
God damn it.
It's like having a little troll next to me when it pops up on his full screen.
Because he is a troll.
Give us some fucking.
That wasn't me.
I'm gonna do that every time. I'm gonna be like not be able to get up in the morning from bending over like that.
That's
Thanks
what
for
she
that.
said.
Damn it.
Giggity.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh.
That what you sound like?
So check us out there. And thank you again to Rogue Raven for posting that and keeping my sanity.
Right.
For FYI, I'll be working 6 hours on Saturdays in the summer, so I won't be able to edit that stuff on Sunday, Raven. I'll try to get it done on Sunday night opposed to Saturdays because I need to buy a Jeep so that way Oni thinks I'm cool.
You already have a Jeep. It's just
A piece
dying.
of shit.
I mean, we're all dying at this point.
Look, you've been taking pretty good care of it. I've ridden in that Jeep. It
Yeah,
runs all right.
It runs good. I drive like an old person. I drive very safely.
Me too.
It was fine. The only uncomfortable part about it was when people started acting like retards driving around.
Yeah, you get used to that in Florida. You know that.
And that's right. I used the retard word. What are you going to do about it?
Whoa.
Cancel me?
Yep, probably.
You can't cancel me. I'm Dave Chappelle, bitch.
Mhm.
He did a show in San Francisco, and he's like, "What the fuck happened to you people? I'm eating dinner, and someone's defecating outside the window of the restaurant."
Yeah, he did.
Heard about that one.
Oh my god, he's the only one who can say that shit, and they can't do anything because he's got fuck you money.
Right.
There's
So-
a couple of them out there.
It's fun. When I went to grad school out there, they keep on mentioning the Tenderloin, and I'm not sure if a lot of people know what the Tenderloin is. It's like where all the drugs are done. All the drugs are like there's all junkies on the ground, like needles everywhere and shit. I lived just a little bit of context. I lived 2 blocks away from the Tenderloin when I went to grad school, and they say it's 10 times as bad now. But
That's possible.
yeah, I was at a party and took the girl home, but we went to her place, and she was I spent the night and did the walk of shame, and it was like I didn't realize where I was because I was drunk. The night before, I'm like, fuck, she lives right in the middle of the fucking Tenderloin.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm like, I walk and I throw I have this gray hoodie up. I throw my hoodie up and I try to look like as much as a thug as I possibly could, and just walk with like a little bit of like a swagger. No one, yeah, with like a little bit like that.
Stanky leg.
Yeah, so like just to get through, and there's like needles all over the fucking place, bro. People like all like strung out on drugs and shit, and it's a horrible place, man. San Francisco used to be a nice place, and it's not anymore, and it's a shame. But sorry to bring everybody down. But hey, if you like our content, please tell your friends.
I did. That's why I'm in the chat.
Please.
We appreciate you guys, and we had so many of Mariner's friends come in too, so we appreciate that, and we also appreciate Mariner spending all this time with us on a Friday night when he's usually out partying with his ladies.
All
God,
right.
man, I need to play D&D with Pathfinder.
Like
Right.
a real Chad.
Well,
Yeah, he kills it on the D&D. Like, if you guys want D&D stuff actually made for you, you could try 3D printed dads. That's 3D printed dads on Etsy, and let him know that Lagging Out sent you. He actually created Oni's helmet. He created a lot of D&D stuff, and he creates D20 dice as well.
Hey,
He also
don't
does
forget
stuff.
the shill for Rogue Raven. She makes
Yeah.
dice.
Yes, she does. She does that as well, and
Gotta support
she's-
my plug.
yeah, you gotta.
you got a
And
bunch
got like these little showed these last week. They're coasters. I might do a giveaway and a little keychain here, Lagging Out keychain. Pretty neat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Rogue, just give me your link and stuff. We'll do a shout out. Proper shout out. I like to do stuff that's pseudo professional. But let's go. This is a new shot for me, so I like using it a lot today.
Now for the answer to our trivia.
Now the answer to our
That's
trivia question.
the wrong slide. Hold on.
Yeah, it is. You forgot the.
Gerbil. I'm going with Gerbil on that one.
Yeah. Let me do us a solid on the fly, Chieftain.
Okay, let me switch out of and turn it into the
I
fourth.
hear you can do some pretty cool stuff with gerbils.
Oh my God.
That's what she said.
Is your name Richard Gere?
Oh man, old school.
All right. Let it fly, good sir.
All right, let me reload it. Giggity. Where am I? Slideshow. Nair, 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 nair.
We are all out of sync. Here I am doing Tetris music, and you guys are on Jeopardy. What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Da 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 na 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 na. What da 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 da.
Oh my goodness, that is so not how it goes.
Shut up.
We could do Mario. Da, 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 da,
And the
da, da,
Streamlabs
da,
bot
da,
comes
da,
up with the
da,
mute
da.
amount of leads.
Not how it goes. Mute all. So it's not gerbil, so it's either B or C. Someone puts F in the chat. F is not an option.
F for fuck you.
It's roach.
Really? Didn't know that.
I didn't even know any of the words that were put together on that
But did
sentence.
you know, even if Roach dies, he named his next horse Roach, and if Roach dies again, he named his next horse Roach. So
So it's like the James Bond 007 theory, where it's actually a title bestowed upon a spy.
yeah, he names all his horses Roach.
That's what I name my joints.
Right. That's what I named the roaches. Oh.
Kissing cockroaches. If you like the shirts that we're currently sporting today, here's the very sexy Mariner in his garbage human t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
They come in many different colors and shapes and sizes, even in plus sizes
Even in
for
pink.
certain people.
You can't actually see
Well,
the texture,
damn.
but it's really cool. You can't actually tell, but it's tie-dye. the really light blue.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can't tell with the lighting. It's okay. Also, if you hate campers on Call of Duty, I have the Campers Modern Tryhards T-shirt, and you can actually modify it. Actually, have stuff on the back as well. And you could go to shop.spreadshirt.com/lagging-out. That is shop.spreadshirt.com/lagging-out, and get yours today. And maybe someday in the future, if we ever get a hold of Moabiti, we're going to probably do a stream on Kick pretty soon. And that is just lagging out, no underscore. We actually got it early and no douchebag stole it from us this time. So you want to go and follow us there before we even start a stream, so that way we can make a lot of money and do giveaways with that money. Because I would love to give away like consoles and stuff to you guys, because you guys are pretty fucking awesome. You're here every week dealing with our shenanigans and our tomfoolery. So we want to give something back to you guys. So we want to do a lot more giveaways, but not to the point where people just come in to just get giveaways and go away. If you've seen some of our friends on social media, it leaves a better taste in their mouth. One particular, Whittle Bears does a very good job in promoting herself and all that stuff, and she does some giveaways. So people come in for her giveaways and they go away, and she gets pissed off about it. And she has every right to, because she like, oh, they're just there for the free shit and leave. I'd be mad too. So I understood her like frustration, because I've heard a lot of streamers go through that. So we don't do it that much. We appreciate you guys coming in, and since look, we have 11 viewers that I can see on my Streamlabs. That's a lot. For us, that's a lot. And we want to give something away back to you guys, because you guys come here and take time out of your schedules on a Friday night to deal with us. So I want to do something nice to you guys, and all of us here agree with that. So it's pretty much a consensus. We appreciate you guys coming in and dealing with us and telling your friends about us. And we love you for that. And we want to do something as a community outreach, so to speak. So without kissing your ass too much after that, we just want to say we love you and we think you're amazing.
Sweet. I knew you'd like that.
If you're not aware of these social media outlets, there's like a shit ton of them, and they all do different stupid things that I don't even comprehend sometimes. But we belong to so many of them that we just put them in one spot. So if you just want to scan your QR code on your laptop, or you just talk to us in a Discord, we can give them to you. But we're on all these. I think we're still uploading videos on Rumble like for 3 months. And
well, yeah, we're still uploading our back library, but all of our current stuff posts on time with YouTube.
Okay, fantastic. So we have almost 800 videos on YouTube. So that's why it's taken so long. It's 10 years of content. So some are hits, some are misses. And I notice a lot of you guys are watching reaction videos now. So I might have to do a couple with the Angry Arab and Lieutenant Lick Me, and do some like quick sloppy ones on my own. When I'll have a little time this summer to do it. So I'll try to do that. If anyone wants to do one with me, no, you can't. I'm doing them by myself.
I almost.
It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
But if Spencer called me tomorrow and wanted to do one with me, that's the only person I'd probably do it with, because Spencer's an improv actor and she's fucking funny. So because we've been doing it for years. But that was probably the only person I'd work with at this point. Plus, everyone here that hosts, they do so much on the back end to make our lives so great. I wouldn't inundate them with extra work, so I wouldn't do that.
My light is dying. Turned off.
Your light is dying.
Yeah.
Your light is dying. That sounds like a video game thing. Can you go re-energize it? He's invisible. Is it a battery?
Yeah, it's battery operated.
I thought they made those things where you can just plug them in the computer.
Well, I can, but I don't know where the cord is, and it wouldn't be able to reach. I don't think.
Oh, what are we
I
talking about?
have a newer lights, the NEEWER, and they have the battery packs.
Oh,
So
I
I
thought
can.
we were talking about something totally different.
Yeah, I know.
Of
Dumbass.
course. Of course.
Wow.
Now I know
Loaded.
how long the battery lasts on this thing.
Giggity. And this little QR code is for donations because we appreciate you guys dropping biddies all night. Thank you so much for that.
Why?
Give us some fucking money.
And we appreciate that. Oh, there is. Wow, really?
That's what
That's
we're
why I
talking
said
about, right?
why.
Give us some fucking.
He starts dancing. It's a dancing eggplant with soda. I don't know why I think that's funny, but it's funny.
It is funny.
Cursed VeggieTales.
Yep.
Yeah, indeed.
Does he dance? No, he
Why?
What is that?
Can't
Pinned
wait.
Actinova, nice house of 1,000 corpses emote. Why was that pinned? That I don't
I
understand.
don't know why that was. Why did it pin that?
I don't know why. Why don't you mama?
What?
Why don't you mama home some chicken so I won't have to stuff my boot up your ass?
Reading is hard, apparently.
What the
In your
fuck?
ass.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you know.
Quotation.
Why don't your mama-
Why
I-
don't take your mama home some chicken so I won't have to stuff my boot all up in your ass?
I think that he was doing it like the quote
Yeah, he
directly.
was
Okay.
like speaking of Onyx.
No.
Can we say that anymore?
I don't-
Ebony's.
Sorry.
No, you're not. I'm just gonna go tell
I don't know what we can
Rosetta.
say or can't say.
I'm just gonna
Fuck you.
record that for Rosetta because give me a better chance of getting the job.
Oh, wow, dude. You know,
Yeah,
tell her I'm
he's
a crack
racist.
whore and
He's
dating a
racist.
student and
Yeah,
what was the other
yeah,
one?
he's dating
Federal-
somebody the age of our
Fentanyl.
students. I told him I was gonna do that in the interview today, Hero.
I'm sorry,
Just-
what?
I was good. I was joking around with him last night. Told him I was gonna throw him under the bus. He's like, "Yeah, he's dating somebody the age of some of our students and all that shit." He's like, "Yeah, he's dating a student from our older school." And like, just make up a whole bunch of shit that's completely untrue. Yeah, he's a racist and
Bipolar.
Jesus.
And fentanyl. I'm on fentanyl too.
he takes
And an
fentanyl. It's like
alcoholic,
saying,
yeah. Don't forget the alcoholic too.
And then
He's-
there's hydroxycut somewhere in there for reasons.
yeah, all right. Like he cuts it out of he like does lines of it. You know.
What the fuck?
Actually, probably our boss would find it funny. And
Yeah, where are the fucking cut ups in the class in the staff? So
we already got labeled the troublemakers. So.
we are. But you know what?
This
It's
is my
okay because we get
surprise
the
face.
yeah right exactly. That's Oni's surprise face. Yeah,
This is my surprise face, gentlemen. Really, I shock. No, there is no other result that comes from the two of you fucking working together.
That is pretty. I told you, like half the fucking sound bits get played during meetings. Like,
yep.
except he hadn't busted the what the fuck out. But I'm sure it's coming.
No, I'd never do that in a meeting. Our 9 o'clock meetings in the morning. I'm not on my PC. I don't have any of those sound effects.
Fucking 8 o'clock for me.
I know. Sounds like a you problem.
It is.
Got to go to a different time zone.
Man, fuck. Just imagine California. It'd be even worse.
Yeah, that would suck. It was like a 6 o'clock meeting. I would never go.
Yeah, I'd have to get up at 5. Yeah.
Apparently you guys can not show up and nobody would bitch about it. So
If I
You guys wanna-
show up, then I usually get, "Hey, are you okay?" Yeah.
I had that all this week in our Discord chat. Like Discord was like, "Is Chieftain dead?"
That
like
was me.
we have.
That was all
Yeah.
me.
Here's the polling so far with who was your favorite guest. Gothic has 0. Irish G-Man's got 60. July has 40.
Wow.
Oh. I wonder
Wow.
if it's because a lot of people don't remember the
We'll have to bring
Gothics
Gothic
interview
back.
because
Yeah.
It was so
Wow.
long ago.
yeah.
Bring her
I mean
back.
it wasn't, but it was.
I talked to her last week. I
Did
messaged
you?
her.
Oh.
Yeah, I messaged her that her shirt's coming, so she's got to message me back when she gets it.
I think they like coming on our show because they don't get like all the hard
No,
questions.
but what the fuck?
Oh yeah, he does. I didn't even fucking realize.
Oh my god, he totally does look. He totally. Mariner totally does look like Tony Hawk.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead and take
from
the
that
glasses
angle.
off. Take
That's
the
a-
glasses off.
That's
Seriously.
a comparison I don't think I've ever heard.
Holy shit, it's
Good
Tony
lord.
Hawk.
Holy shit, he's right.
Okay,
Wow, yeah.
someone in the chat or in my Discord, find me a picture and send it to me because now
You
I'm
don't know what
curious.
Tony Hawk
I'm
looks
already
like?
on it.
Oh my
Okay.
god, he totally. That's. You lucky bastard.
It's Tony Hawk as in the skateboard dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
skateboarder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is perfect. I got.
I didn't even realize that.
Blacklight Odie's like, do a kickflip.
The inventor of the 960.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh no!
Anyways. No,
Oh man!
That's a bad picture of Tony Hawk, but
It is a bad picture. That's why I picked it. Hold on.
you
I
gotta
got
turn
you,
your
I
head
got
like
you.
that and put a stupid look on.
That's my resting face. Thank you.
Tony Hawk.
Here's
what, was he
another one.
Fucking stoned? What the fuck?
There's a better one.
That's the same image. Oh, there we go. Okay, me.
Take the
Yeah,
glasses
see
off.
that? Yeah, that's
Take the
perfect.
glasses
Totally.
off. Now smile. Oh god. Yeah, I see
Oh
it.
no!
I see it.
Don't
man.
meet Tony Hawk or you'll have a doppelganger effect.
Just don't
You know,
make
I've
physical
actually been-
contact.
I'm actually been looking for my doppelganger. Everybody's got one, and I've yet to run into mine.
He looks like one of my college friends, Artie.
I told you I pictured him totally. Like, kind of. I don't even know. It's weird how I hear.
I look like a
voices.
turd. Like if Hero would put a turd in this side by side, I look like a piece of shit.
Actually,
No.
Chieftain, I've been trying to think. You look familiar to me, but I can't place it yet. I'm working on it.
Don't say I look like a sex offender. Someone said that before.
No, I
no.
feel like I've seen you either online or on a TV show somewhere. So
I was on a show with
20
Rooster
years ago.
Teeth when they said meet the animators. I was there.
okay. I don't think
That's
that
really
was
it.
Red versus blue.
I know, I know the show, but I don't think I didn't see any of the Meet the Animators.
Joe looks
or
like
anything
Joe.
that.
Thanks, Nova. That clears it up well.
Who's Joe?
Joe Mama.
Who's Joe?
Angry Joe.
Angry Joe?
He looks just
Nah.
like Angry Joe.
Joe Mama?
If you go with Angry Joe, I'm sorry guys. We're not, half brain celled hacks.
Whoa, we
Just
don't pay
saying.
for abuse, obviously.
Look, you be a public personality, you're asking to get abused. Just saying.
When are all the hot chicks gonna like me?
When they gonna put Chief, in a porn? Superimpose
I've been
him
in
on-
one.
No, I'm talking about like superimpose you like.
Oh,
There
okay.
he is. There he is.
Never.
There he is. There he is.
What?
Joe, stop team your ass. What?
Go swat in your ass.
Oh, SWAT.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, she was probably talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Money,
Reading's hard.
It is.
Also true.
All right. We are going to try to get out of here.
Yeah.
So, we're not gonna rate anybody. Oh wait, yes we are. Turned up.
Hearing that
That's
song.
on, yeah.
Words are hard.
Tyrant
Playing
death.
Warcraft.
How's that? It looks like League of Legends.
No. Totally different.
It looks exactly like it.
Oh, what a fucking lie.
Same to me.
It's a 3D world. Not fucking League of Legends is more 2D.
Is it exclamation raid?
No, backslash rating.
Backslash. Okay. Okay. Yeah, with my setup, it takes a second for me to get.
Raiding party.
You know what?
If anybody knows what that came
Raid
from,
Shadow Legends.
if anybody knows where that came from, you will get a cookie.
I don't want a cookie.
Okay, fine. You won't get a cookie. You'll get a gold star. No monetary value associated with it.
So, on behalf of the very good-looking hero, Black Light Oni, Soda Pop, and Tony Hawk. No, I mean Mariner. I'm Chieftain. We're lagging out live. Signing off and lagging out. Make sure you say hi to Tyrandeth, because that's where we're rating. He won't say hi back for another 15 minutes. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. See you later.
That
Bye.
emote is clapping in time with the song. That's weird.